and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network as we kick off another week in wrestling here with WWE RAW tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Get in that chat, click all the buttons, be a part of the show, be a part of the family. But it's going to be a good one tonight. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream. We are ready to go with WWE RAW tonight. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again. Looking forward to all the fun tonight. What will happen? Drew's in the house. Seth's got some things to say. Rhea, Raquel, and so much more. We're going to dive into all of it, but for the next couple hours, you are locked in with Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and Mr. Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, I'm expecting a huge Monday Night Raw tonight, especially after everything that we got last week. Last week was phenomenal, from the kickoff with Seth and Punk to the New Day segment, which we've still got Woods and Kofi are going to address that tonight, I believe. We ended it with Drew McIntyre showing up. So hopefully tonight lives up to last week.
Yeah, 100%. We want to keep the momentum going. I mean, we're heading towards Saturday main event this week. So we're going to get something from Gunther and Damian, I would imagine. How does that tie into Finn and where Finn's going to challenge? But where does Damian fall into all of this will be the question. Lots going on, lots getting happening in the WWE world as we get ready for Saturday. It's going to be a fun one here. We're going to be live for it on the channel. But yeah, lots of things to figure out before we get there. And how does this all feel? We're going to get the first kind of known heel promo, something from the New Day. That should be interesting unto itself. I don't know, man. Lots of intrigue going into these shows. I like it. Lots to figure out tonight.
Absolutely. And I almost wondered, does this feel like a go-home show, even though it's for Saturday night main event? And I know we're kind of treating it like a PLE because they're kind of presenting it like a PLE and everything. So this feels like a bit of a go-home show for it a bit. But on top of that, too, we've got the Wyatt 6 finally actually in action, taking on Final Testament. We've also got the triple threat for the women's IC belt. So we get to see Lyra, Valkyria back in action again.
Yeah, Bird Lady's back in the house. Like I said, New Day. Drew McIntyre will be here tonight. We'll see what he has to say. Like you said, the IC tournament continues. My money's on Bird Lady for this one. Zelina and Ivy. Good luck. Zelina could surprise us. I don't think Ivy will. And then, of course, we get the Mayhem, which I did think it should have been on the pay-per-view. Should have been on SummerSlam or Survivor Series, if you want us to kind of believe in it, but we'll see what happens here tonight. They need to uptick this quick.
Could you have done it instead on Saturday night main event? And that, imagine Jesse Ventura out there, and now there's Uncle Howdy out there with a headlock on Karrion Kross.
Right. What the hell is this? But folks, we see that chat filling up. We will say hello to everybody soon enough. But get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. We want to see triple digits in that number above my head. So in the chat here tonight, let's see how many friends we can get in here. But take this link, share it with everybody you know, and let's blow this one up. It's going to be a fun one, as I mentioned. And again, lots going on. We're back at it tomorrow for NXT, the fallout from Deadline. We'll see what that entails, and so much more going on. Winter is coming, Nick.
Yeah, well, I feel like winter's here if you look at my backyard. But yes, winter is coming on Wednesday as well. Have you heard it going around, especially now with the transfer portal, that I guess by the end of 2024, early 2025, quote unquote, several NXT talent will get called up to the main rosters?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're anticipating some type of movement in that direction. And again, we did not expect the transfer window. Wasn't a lot of talk about the transfer window until we got the transfer window. But now that we're in it, well, here we are, and it shall be interesting. I'll also be curious, does anybody go into NXT? Like, is there any vets that are going to find themselves on NXT for a little while?
If you could think of somebody that could do that, or that probably should do that, outside of Apollo Crews, who would it be?
I don't even think Apollo Crews should. Good question.
100% should. Him with I've said it. Him with Oba, and then you throw in an Omos, you get the fucking Nigerian kingdom right there. They'll just run roughshod over everybody.
Yeah, I mean, interesting. Let's see. I'm curious how that would go over. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's so many options. Again, with the women, it's hard to move anyone down into those slots because the women's division is packed. So could they use a couple males? I mean, we saw Pete Dunne down there. I don't know if they return to that. Could somebody like Sheamus go do a stint?
Oh no, I think if Sheamus does, then you're on the back nine there, fella.
I think he's on the back nine anyway.
Yeah, but I think I wouldn't want to see him go down there. Like, he feels too big still for that.
Okay.
I think you kind of nailed it there with maybe Pete Dunne, especially doing something with Ridge. So that could work out. And he's got a track record there. They aren't doing much with him on Monday Night Raw.
That's true. It might have been a good spot for Ricochet, but we'll see. That clearly wasn't the case anymore. But yeah, I mean, very intriguing with this transfer window. It's a nice way to avoid the draft and kind of get everybody in the places you want them come January.
Yeah, it's their workaround. It's very much their workaround. If we won't do a whole draft thing, but we'll just make an excuse as to why they appear.
Yeah, right. So now here we go. Take over.
Fair enough. As I will get to the chat right now, as I guess KJ's pausing for the cousin of Rocco. What up? First one here. What up, my guy? Damien, the leader of the Hopium tribe. Kevin, hi, KJ White and Big Nick. Absolutely, my guy. Cherokee George, what up? Evening all. Well, looks like Nebraska is going to the damn it's cold pinstripe bowl. Yeah, we have cold, but the whole idea is to get away from the cold. Fair enough. I mean, the pinstripes in me right now. We lost Soto. He's going to the goddamn Mets. So I got a whole other thing with the pinstripes. Yeah, boo-hoo. Man's making $700 million over 15 years.
God, the baseball money is stupid. The baseball money is absolutely stupid.
And it's guaranteed. So this man could just retire tomorrow or just like blow a fucking hammy and just, I'm good for the next 15 fucking years.
Right? No, I mean, again, it blows my mind again. And like to make like 1.1 million per inning is insane. Yeah. He didn't even touch the ball. Just watch the game.
He did as much as I did watching the fucking game.
Yeah. It's insanity.
And if I had the pants, I could wear the uniform too, and we'd be the same fucking thing.
Where were you at? Where were you at with the hello?
I was at your chat shouting out the stream and everything with that. So there we go.
Eric's in the house. Wrestling for Life Buddies, another big wrestling week for us. With Winter is Coming, Final Resolution, which we haven't talked much about. Again, it's kind of another one of these quick turnaround Friday pay-per-views. We'll be here live, but again, it might not be as pressing as it once was. And I believe the one main event is Nick Nemeth and AJ Francis. So hold the phone.
Fair. Well, I like TNA, and again, credit on them and everything. And these are still always big shows. It just, we wish that they didn't run against opposed to anything, especially because they are and true like pay-per-view. They just kind of feel like a special weekly show.
Yeah, like this one this week, it should be on the Thursday. Just do it in place of a taped show. If you already have the tapes in the bin, then you make it work. Like you plan out accordingly and you make this make sense. I think you would be better off and you'd be helping the company in a big way if you just went on the Thursday. Make it a special show, make it a longer show, make it available to, Impact Plus or TNA Plus members as a perk. I think it'd be a much better choice.
Yeah, that's the thing is when it goes against, a SmackDown, especially going into something like a Saturday Night Main Event, or especially when it goes into a PLE and everything, it unfortunately falls by the wayside a little bit.
100%. I don't love it. But Damien can't wait for Seth Rollins and CM Punk face to face tonight. Now, Seth Rollins has some things to say, but nobody told me it was a face to face with Punk. So that shall be interesting.
I don't know if it's exactly a face-to-face. I've heard people say that Punk's in the building, which to me, I mean, it kind of makes sense. He's on the Raw brand. So I don't know if it'd be an exact face-to-face or it leads to that. But yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Christian Powers always has lots to say. What's up, everybody? Before we begin in the chat, Nick, I want to say I'm sorry. You had a bad day yesterday for the Bills, lost to the Rams, and my Mets took Juan Soto. So doubling down.
Yeah, well, still 100% because you had a bad day. Josh Allen scores 6 touchdowns, and we still lose that fucking game. And then we offer up 165 million for 16 years for Soto and lose out. Like what? Right. I see there is no pleasing you, sports guys.
Listen, the Yankees whining about Yankee fans complaining about free agents not going to the Yankees does not bother me in the least. So.
It's like that meme of like the little kid jumping in the pool. There's the Mets fans right there. And then there's us Yankees fans like just kind of struggling to stay afloat. And then there's you as a Blue Jays fan at the fucking bottom, just a skeleton.
Yeah, like we always deal with this shit. Trip, welcome. Who's ready for the obligatory stand like that still shot of Karrion Kross for the next 2.5 hours? I'm not quite sure what that means.
I think he mostly is saying he's not a fan of Karrion Kross and they're not exactly using him that well. I'm interested to see where this goes. I've liked, like, there's so much to like about Kross. I don't know, I guess pun intended, how it doesn't come across. There's something missing in the wire connection there a little bit.
I think what's been missing is compelling story, like really interesting shit. We talk about it with, a lot of times here. Is, he's had one-offs. He's had little bits here and little bits there. We were pumped when he came out and beat the shit out of him. I think it was McIntyre. Right. We were like, okay, let's do this. But then it never went anywhere. That, to me, has been the biggest issue. I mean, even the Wyatt Six, they had their feud with Alpha Academy or American Made. And then what? They're not even stalking people anymore. Like, let's do something. Make them prevalent.
Right. Could you see them going after Kofi and Xavier after now they just did the most public display of, turning on your friend, your brother and everything? Because that seems to be kind of Wyatt Six's MO.
Not a bad show. Not a bad idea. I mean, again, it would all depend on how they work it out. But I mean, it could be fun. Could work.
It depends on how you get out of this Kross thing too with the Wyatt Six. Because again, like when you were talking, I was thinking of like the only feud I really remember for Karrion Kross for 2023, actually even more of 2024 is him and Bobby. That's really it.
Yeah, and it was barely it. So
right.
Yeah, you got a valid point. So that's the issue with Kross is he hasn't done much. He had a lot of promos, a lot of segments. Messing with the New Day, but hasn't really done much. Richard, good to see you. The head of the table, Chief. The Wyatt Six. Yes, they are part of the show tonight. Molly, yes. Drew, welcome back. Paul, good to see you. Drew is back. I want to see him go eyeball to eyeball with Gunther in a stare down. Well, I mean, this is intriguing because he did blow Sami's head off last week. So is that where that begins?
I don't. Well, and was he the guy that attacked Jay, or again, like we saw with NXT potentially, was that a different person and everything? It's where now. What do we get from Drew McIntyre right now? Because even he put a little video out of don't trust anything that you hear from anyone except for me or WWE, which felt a little cryptic, weirdly. So we don't know exactly where that arrow is aimed.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's very curious and. We feel like, and it seems like he's moved on from the Punk scenario, which we appreciate, we understand. Right. Punk seems to have a new direction. It's where does he go now? Does he go into something with Sami for a little while to keep him busy? I don't know. This is a guy that I could see end up on SmackDown.
Yeah, well, I do want to at least get him versus Gunther. I do want to at least get that match of. Even though, and that's a match that Gunther actually feels like he could lose that one. And that's rare with Gunther right now.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, physically, overall, I think a guy that ends up being bigger than Gunther is Drew. So what's up, Dennis? Yeah, size-wise. Daniel, Barry, Sports Highlights. How you doing? Scott Rizzo, welcome back. We're ready for Raw. Let's go. Kayfabe, I finally cut the cable today. You guys are my eyes and ears. That's what we do best. We are the alternative commentary for a reason, Kayfabe. So congrats on cutting the cable. Brother Fluff Salisbury back with us. I say they should go from New Day to New Way.
No, we saw the New Way on SmackDown with Gargano and Ciampa turning.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Wrestling Monday, let's go. 1, 2, 3, kid. Welcome back. Raw 84. Drew's gonna kick Rollins' ass. See, a lot of people. Is it Gunther? Is it Seth? Is it this person? Is it that person? I don't know. I mean,
well, and they work so well because it's all interweaving. It's all interwoven and everything. Even this story, this promo is mentioning stuff in this story and that promo, and so on and so forth. They're all intertwined.
100%, my guy. What's up, Ken? How you doing? How you doing with all the build up for the Wyatts? Do you think they're starting to get a little bit blah, like on the back burner because of the bloodline? I don't know if it's not because of the bloodline, but they're definitely on the back burner. They're definitely blah. It's definitely, came in running, came in like a wrecking ball and just kind of like, all right, I'm here. And now we're waiting for a little bit more substance from them.
This is the issue that you had with this group and will always have with something like this group of how long do you keep it at the forefront and keep it constantly a thing, and then it gets old, it gets stale, the facade fades a little bit. How much do you keep it away to keep it new and fresh? It's so much of a balancing act that it's almost impossible to get right.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I think if nothing else, it's just a lack of doing anything is what's kind of stalled them.
But if they were there every week, then they get boring, they get stale, they get overused and everything.
I'm not saying be there every week, but I'm definitely saying be in something. Have a rival, have somebody that matters, have something that, have a presence, and they haven't. And I mean, every time they pop up, the crowd in the building lose their fucking mind, but they're not doing anything.
Yeah, well, and I agree with you on that. That's the other side of the coin of they've literally been away too much a bit and everything. That like the Miz segments even initially started to still get a bit of a pop, a bigger reaction, and then those kind of fizzled out because those also became a bit few and far between. So yeah, it's kind of all just it's reached a flat note.
A little bit. What's up, Paul? Odds, welcome back. Kayfabe, we got you again. Instead of the word games, could have done 5 from the roster, 5 from NXT. Nah, not yet.
Do you think that they could go back to that triple Survivor Series to where you had NXT, Raw, and SmackDown all competing for brand supremacy?
Yeah, I mean, again, it would be curious now, especially because you really are promoting NXT as the third brand. How would that work? How would it fit? I think I'd be up for it if they did it right.
Right.
Did you see? We should talk about this. We got 11 minutes. We're going to get to this chat, but we are going to stop here for a moment. This is kind of my favorite news of the last couple days. Ray Phoenix said, I woke up and chose violence. I'm sick of this shit. Ray Phoenix called out AEW. A doctor was out there tweeting as well. This is getting messy, my guy.
Yeah, I actually have the initial tweet from Dr. Chris Featherstone, PhD, from December 8th, 2024. PhD. I received information from an AEW source on November 20th regarding the Lucha Brothers status, but did not report it as I was waiting for one of them to begin speaking their mind about the situation. In parentheses, I was told that was coming. I was also told that day that Penta's contract, it goes on about that. And then Fenix replies underneath it, so far the most accurate comment. And then that's when he goes into the inhumane conditions and everything. And,
I need a doctor. Where's Trey? I need a doctor.
Well, and then this goes into, and I'm sourcing, a source on Twitter, so I can't say fully if this is a full correct tweet from Miro, but this is from March 1st, 2024. Yes, from Miro. I've been injured since September, and I got medical attention in January. Sorry he wasn't made aware of it.
Well, I do remember that. Remember, because they booked him in the Meaty Men match they were going to do.
Right.
And he notified his company, his employer, via Twitter of like, I can't do that. Again, it just feels like disorganization. It feels like if you are in that little Tony pocket of select few, you're golden. They'll book you every week. He'll give you whatever you want. You can have creative control. But if you're not in that bubble, you're a fucking floating fish by yourself. And Miro's out there doing nothing. Wardlow, anybody want to know where Wardlow is? Where's Wardlow? Fuck Waldo. Where's Wardlow?
I love Phil's comment. Maybe he can get Dr. Isaac Yankum DDS.
He busy.
Right. Well, then 316 even. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Saying CM Punk was right. Yeah, this is, and now we're starting to see again the Twitter posts, the Facebook posts and everything of to be an AW fan, to work for AW, you are under attack at all times. Like, because again, this is new. The stuff starts to go good for AEW because they had their whole announcement for All In Texas and everything today for the ticket sales.
What went well?
And then we've had all this bad news be coming out too as well. So it's again, if they're playing the victim game of, well, I don't know anything. Everyone's just trying to come at us.
That is called housekeeping, folks. And more and more and more and more and more stories like this are going to come out. Eventually, people who are currently under contract won't be. Wardlow, Ricky Starks, Phoenix, Penta, and so on and so forth are going to get out of their contracts. And then it's funny because if we turn back the clock, Nick, that's what this was once upon a time. We couldn't wait for the next Jericho episode with the latest WWE former employee who just jumped ship. FTR, Danielson, whoever else Jericho could get his hands on. Let's sit around for a couple hours and talk shit about where we used to work. Now the tables have turned, but the difference between this and that is you're never going to see WWE be involved or putting shit out there like that. This is going to be from the athletes. And again, if Ray Phoenix feels like he was done wrong, we know that man put his body on the line. We saw him break his arm in one of the grossest spots I've ever seen. Yeah, man. I mean, what are we gonna do? I mean, they can cry all they want, but you made the bed. You sleep in it.
This still goes back to, and I think I referenced it either Saturday or Friday. It's to me, it's the most accurate thing now when it comes to looking at AEW. Of you were the chosen one. You were supposed to bring balance to the force, not destroy it. You were supposed to be the one that was the beacon of safe working environments, which they've even put out there right after fights and everything happened. But I digress. And then you were supposed to be the one that was for the wrestlers and everything like that. And now you're having people throw out comments like inhumane treatment. You're hearing stories and quotes and tweets, and they're getting fucking sued by Ryan Nemeth. You're seeing this shit happen now to AEW 5 years in that happened to Vince like 5 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, tables are turning. Kevin Kelly's suing. I mean, again, it's interesting.
I forgot about that lawsuit.
Oh, yeah. There's just shit happening. And again, a lot of kind of the things that Punk did say have come to fruition. Other people have hinted at it. You've had people like, what was her name way back when? The girl who, the girl had
Big Swole.
Big Swole. Like, I smoked a joint with them, and then he stopped calling me. I was like, what? Yeah, it's been so insanity over there. And again, it so much feels self-inflicted too, like it is.
Of showing the footage, doing a fucking victory lap as EVPs, not handling shit quietly behind scenes and everything, putting shit out there fucking publicly. Just so many fucking flaws that just you fall on your face and you fall on your face. They're Sideshow Bob in a field of rakes. They just keep stepping on him and hitting him in the fucking face.
Well, I mean, to me, again, we've said it a million times. You've spelt it out a million times, my friend, as we do need to speed up. But yeah. And again, Eric, controversy creates cash to a point, because eventually controversy just makes noise. And that becomes the issue, is if all this static and the Punk thing divided your fan base, because there was a large contingent of people that were buying your merch, showing up at your shows and watching your TV that were Punk fans. And you ostracized him, and you lost a chunk of your fan base. And then more and more, when we become big fans of whoever the athlete is, and they're not used, but Jericho is, or the Bucks are, in this pointless, meandering bullshit, then we get frustrated. And then we show up on a YouTube channel and scream for 2 hours.
And folks, I want to remind everybody real fast. This channel started to be pro positive AEW and everything. We were out here pretty much an AEW channel.
We were.
Now we are a channel of the people. We are a voice of the voiceless, to quote Philip Brooks.
Absolutely. All right, folks, I'm going to rapid fire some of these. Nick, if you see anything of note that we should read, but we got about
super
4 minutes. We will get to I see them just blinking on my screen. Scott, we got you. Mr. Noob, always a pleasure. The Wyatts have suffered most of the moves, moved to 2 hours, not enough time for the lower card stories.
Fair.
That's a valid point. Yeah. Ken Rock, fair. Welcome. Sorry, Nick.
No, I was just saying that was very fair. So
yeah, it's valid. It's a good thing. I hadn't considered that. Bobby Bonilla. I don't know why I see when I said that, but
Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah.
I'll explain that in commercial.
Thoughts on what Penta Phoenix? We'll come back to that, Hannah, but we just touched on it. Jake, the original tribal chief, Cherokee George, Dale, the OG, the new champ. And I'm going to say this about the predictions. I went through the predictions today, like with a fine-tooth comb. And I'll be honest, folks, I don't always do that. We're kind of on a buddy system, kind of on an honor system. But there's certain folks out there, maybe recent champions. Yeah, you're kind of playing dirty. So do know, OG Dale's the champ. And if you want to claim 4-0 or 5-0, make sure you're fucking 4-0 or 5-0. That you get your predictions in when they matter. Let's go. Busted.
He's not mad. He's just disappointed.
I'm disappointed.
Guilty. Do better, be better.
Rams, Bills, heck of a game. It was a great game, depending on, it still was a great game, even if you were bummed.
Yes.
Roll Tide Insider. He's back. Let's go. Bradley. I'm not talking to Bradley right now. I'm mad at Bradley. Shiesty.
Oh, because
Bradley, what's up?
6-2.
7. Don't
7-2. Even so worse for you. So sad for you. Everyone else is above 500 or at 500.
Bradley took over first place with some stellar managing. He pulled a fast one on me last night and stole first place. So it's coming. We got a battle. See you later, Bradley.
There we go.
Let's go 316. Cherokee. Jose's back with us. Ronan. Is that your
real name? I don't know why I call pronouns pal Propunzel, but that one popped out to me obvious as shit.
Yeah, fucking figure that out. Boston Gamer, Christian, we got you. Wrestling Proud, welcome back. Denisha, we see ya. Dun dun dun. I love this chat. Mega, let's go. Christian, we got you. Scott, always a pleasure. Let's go. Mega, I already said your name. Dun dun dun. Remember, folks, we got the super chat, super stickers. If you want to stand out, I'll let Nick read this one.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, you should probably get to him. Spaz, thank you for the $10 super chat. Big love, Christmas jingle, Nikki Noel, and Sweet Cup of Cocoa. Tony Rings in the chat. You think if enough people, Starks, Punk, Fenix, Swole, Miro, etc., get together, and AW faces a class action lawsuit? No, I don't think so, because I don't think they'd all agree to go along, and I don't think they'd all have enough of a claim to be an actual lawsuit.
No, and I'd be beyond that, Nick. I think there's people like Punk that are laughing their way to the bank right now. Like, he does not give two fucks what they do anymore. He proved his point. He's been back in the WWE for a year. He's good. He doesn't need to go back down that road.
Absolutely. Well, yes, and I will say that, but also not everything that went on between everybody, all the parties involved, is actually a legal thing. I think it's more a court of a public opinion.
True.
Then
I got now. So close. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, forever. We both got forever?
I'm waiting on together now.
We're syncing up, ladies and gentlemen. Together.
There we go.
All right, we're kicking off. We got 90 here with us. Get in that chat. Let your voices be heard. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Spaz, another amazing $10 super chat. Spaz, we adore all your support. It means the world to us.
I love you, Spaz.
Right. But yeah, I mean, again, it's really interesting how that's all going to play out. We will get back to this during a commercial or something later on, or a match we don't care about. But yeah, I mean, it's funky. Kaz was mad at them. We've had others mad at him.
What the fuck is Seth Rollins wearing?
Oh, I don't have Seth yet.
Oh, I got Seth walking right now he looks like he's skinned a Muppet for his sleeves. Now I got Rhea. Hey, and even after she took the table corner, I can say words, I swear, into the same kind of area that she had the broken orbital bone and everything like that. She's coming out here fine as a daisy.
That's all right. The Canadian feed just froze on the sky shot.
Well, I'll let you know that we've got Woods and Kofi coming in right now after we just had Raquel, Liv, and Dom.
Oh, this is some bullshit. C Money, Dale, congrats, Dale. Misfit, welcome. C Money, just saw that. What did MDB say?
Oh, Natty's here too, by the way, and Woods and Kofi trying to dap up, Alpha Academy, and they just showed Natty's cheeks all too much in that, lingerie skimpy outfit she got on. But
Miro said stuff.
Everybody's trying to dap up, or Kofi's trying to dap up everybody, and they're just like, nah, dog, no.
Which is great.
Right?
Hashtag me during.
I have Gunther coming out right now. Are you still?
I also have Gunther coming out right now.
There we go. Even though you got thought out, but we'll figure it out and we'll make it work.
Right. Gunther coming out all cash, jeans and a long sleeve. Let's go.
Yeah, Gunther always looks like that dad at your kid's soccer game that just not to fuck with. Don't ask him to come over for the barbecue. He's not going to want to come over. No.
Who enters the transfer portal next? We'll talk about that in a bit. But Alexis, welcome back. Phil, I see ya. Dale, more Dale. Eric Tate. Al Snow back in the house. Good to see you. JV, welcome back. MDB, the knee. Yeah, casual Gunther. No knee pads needed at the moment.
No. Eric Tate, what up? Well, I will click on this one real quick from Todd. If I could get a birthday shout out, I'd appreciate it, my guys. Absolutely. Happy birthday, my guy, Todd. 100%.
There we go.
Don't you have one for balloons, too?
Balloons. I got to go. Hey.
You had to wait for the pyro. Hello. There we go. Balloons.
Happy birthday, Todd. I hope it's a good one. Thank you for spending some of it with us.
Man's got the whole Twitter profile right there. You can pull up the balloons for a birthday. You got fireworks popping off and everything for a holiday. You're good.
I recently learned this one. I was pretty pumped.
What does it do? It's not doing nothing. Oh, you got a sad cloud. Happy birthday. Make that 3. Happy birthday. Absolutely. Kendrick Law answered the transfer portal. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with my probably Alabama football players, but I got Gunther cutting a promo.
Interrupted right away. Big pop from the crowd. Finn Balor gets a pop.
Well, there's been the story, reports going around that he's going to be getting a push and everything.
Yeah, I saw that. He's become a locker room leader, and we're giving him a push. Cite your source. Who told you that shit? You made that up.
Well, and even then, what kind of a fucking statement is that? How about this? They're getting behind Finn Balor. Why has he got to be a locker room leader to get a fucking push? How about Finn Balor's fucking talented? How about that?
I like that entrance.
Oh, yeah. Granted, I also don't like JD Funko Pop Head fucking spouting out about how there's already been. Granted, it did work because it plays in character, but he's spouting off about how there's been 4 tag champs in the time that him and Finn have been tag title holders. Everybody instantly, they can defend the titles. That's why, asshole.
Work smart, not hard, folks.
Right? Could we get Finn versus Gunther Saturday Night Main Event?
What's that?
Could we get Finn versus Gunther Saturday Night Main Event?
It's official.
Oh, official. I didn't know it was official.
Official like a referee whistle. It's done. It's locked in. It's ready to go.
I thought Priest might have still been up in the air. Is how you were talking, but yeah, I must have missed
that.
What
I find funny? So it comes out that Finn's gonna fight Gunther. Then the stories come out. Finn getting a push. Well, we were watching it.
I can fucking see that.
We're back.
There we go. Trek, Big Nick, and KJ, did you see WWE Raw apps go into the WWE Vault channel here on YouTube once they leave Peacock? They trademarked Raw Vault 3 days ago, so maybe a playlist. I think it's going to be a Netflix thing.
Netflix list, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of wouldn't mind. It's funny because I love Gunther, but then I see Finn and I'm like, I kind of like it.
Yeah. It is really kind of fucked up and sad to say or to think about that Finn really hasn't gotten anything back since he was first ever Universal Champion, proceeded to lose it because of a fucking shoulder injury, because of a buckle bomb, and then has never been really sniffed close enough to the fucking top of the mountain since then.
No. It's funny though, and I kind of popped at the idea of like, when was the last time somebody said the term Universal Champion?
Yeah. Felt dirty to say.
Yeah, like, oh, that was a thing.
That feels thick on your tongue. Pause on that statement.
You've been hearing stories about me again, have you?
Oh, yeah. You were a horse.
They whipped the shit out of Priest after his match with Gunther.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
JD McNugget.
No, because that's going to make my fat ass hungry.
Right. AEW stars will be coming through that transfer portal in 2025. That's the dude. Wrestling in 2024 was a trip. Like Vince left, Netflix happened, or at least the deal happened. Chaos and shit after thing after thing. You know, like Punk and Roman and a war game. What is 2025 going to be like?
2024 was Infinity War. 2025 is Endgame.
I hope it's not Endgame. You think my beard's gray now, folks? Jeez,
no, I'm saying with on your left, Punk, and then it's Ricky Starks pops out, and then Miro pops out, Penta, Phoenix, Wardlow.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
And you never will be. I still hate the street trash shirt. Carlito, why are you wearing that terrible ass shirt?
They make them.
Facts. They should have never made them. Remember, they sat there and were saying they weren't going to make them, and then they still made them. And now my thing's
Ludwig. Where's Eichner? Oh, we got company.
I'm hitting my thing froze, so I have to hit refresh.
All right. You let me know where you're at. Gotta love the winter technology.
I know. It's freezing up. Winter is coming. I got Priest throwing people out the aisleway.
Oh, I'm hitting the barricade. Finn takes a punch.
I got McDonough just dropped on there. Dom takes a punch. Finn throwing Priest in the ring. Nope, blocks it. Now Priest throws Finn in the ring.
So you're ahead by like 2.5 seconds.
Okay, let me know when you get Gunther grabbing Finn.
Finn gets in the ring. Gunther grabs him by the neck and smacks the shit out of him.
There we go. We're perfect. We're back at it.
Big. Look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Gunther.
Clothesline.
Let's go. Look, just wailing on him. Oh,
this is what you missed a bit from Gunther of just, I know he's still always the ring general, but him just being a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
As Damian Priest comes out to get revenge on Judgment Day, and Gunther's like, don't overlook me, bro. I'm still in this ring.
Bro, I'm here too.
Clear or not, what, you think we were going to be friends?
Right? Oh, Finn.
Sling blade. So does this turn into a triple threat at some point?
Perhaps, or you get, shotgun drop kick into the steps. Do you get Priest versus Finn to lock in Finn versus Gunther?
I don't know, because they've already announced Finn Gunther. Like, the graphic is out there.
We can TBD, card subject to change.
Yeah, facts. Good a Raw on the floor. Damian still going at it. Again, a phonetic pace to start the show.
But that's the best way to, I feel like, if you're going to start it off with a promo segment and everything, that's how you do it. You keep it with something that constantly has people engaged and involved. As
It's one of my favorite parts of the 2-hour show. Because if this was a 3-hour show, Nick, Gunther would still be talking.
No, I don't think so. I think we just get more like we get a Maxine Dupree match.
No. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
But you remember those opening monologues we get from Edge.
Right,
from
cold
Seth.
opens, and unfortunately, the cold open is fucking Arctic.
We used to go. Now Judgment Day laying out Priest. I like this. And I agree. I like Finn like this.
Yeah, well, he's got it back. He's got back to that aggressive tone and everything. It's a little bit like when he had the OG and everything.
Oh, and it's that arrogant little guy. He's not the biggest guy, but he's got the biggest mouth. But you have to shut him up.
Yeah, but he's also got 3 other goons with him. Yeah, a little rat pack beside him. As third coup de grace.
Coup de grace. Coup de grace.
Coup de Gracie. Coup de Gracie.
Watching the Simpsons NFL game. Yeah, what was the
I didn't want to pay for ESPN Plus because I've had it before and it didn't do much anything for me. But no, how like Nickelodeon's done at times to where they'll air an NFL game and they've got slime and everything. ESPN Plus is doing that, I guess, with like the Simpsons. And I wanted to see it, but I'm not paying like $5.99 a month just for bullshit.
The internet will give it to you very
shortly. I know.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm waiting it out, bro.
Exactly. I'm a cheap bastard.
I got some wrestling to watch.
I got too much money invested in this wrestling.
Right. They will want to have something big happen on Saturday, and Finn winning could be that thing. I'm all for it.
I think they're going to have something bigger and later on in the show that'll happen.
Yo, up next,
tag. And then we cut right into a Netflix commercial, but that's interesting. So right after that, right at the beginning of, well, not even the beginning of the hour, the second quarter segment is going to be the 8-man tag match. I thought that had the potential to almost end the show.
Yeah, part of me thought that earlier today when I was kind of setting things up. Could that be the last thing we see tonight? No, let's get it in there.
Yeah, but that feels more like get it in there and get it out of there versus put some prominence, put some emphasis on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of agree with you. I'd like to kind of banter about little details like that, but I'm kind of on the same page with you this time.
Well, it's unfortunate you really wish, again, we had talked about it, of that this deserves a little bit more. Could this be more? But again, with a group like the Wyatts, they run into that issue of how much do you push them up the card? How much do you push, like, where do they sit on the card? Are they out there in their own little ethos? Because Uncle Howdy shouldn't be going for a world title. Let's be honest.
No, not right now anyway. And that character.
Ever. I say ever.
Ever? No, I mean, there's no reason why Bo Dallas can't climb the chart. One of your old school NXT champions. But at this point, they're mid card, and that's okay. Like they need to fill that middle part of the show. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, we need to see a little more out of these guys if they're gonna bring us back into interested.
Yeah, has the Final Testament been their final book and testament a little bit of, depending on how this goes, where do we go from here? Now, granted, Cross has been the poison in the well a little bit when it comes to WWE, of he's halfway responsible for Woods and Kofi turning. He's responsible a little bit for even Drew's kind of whole turn. Like he's influenced a lot of shit. I mean, Christ, he corrupted the Miz to turn on R-Truth. So there's multiple aspects of this, but it feels like 2 spooky factions enter, 1 spooky faction survive.
Yeah, 100%. And again, you're putting them on early in the show. Again, it's either going to get the cramp. I mean, it's a test. We'll see what happens with this. Like if the crowd's into it and there's energy and it's cool, who knows? But that's step 1. Let's get them in there and see what the crowd feels. Another super chat from Spaz, spending all the money. I'm going to be serious, like monthly testing. Is there any that can't happen left in WWE? My only holdout is intergender wrestling on WWE TV. yeah, I don't know how much they're ever going to blur that line, really, to be honest. But I mean, they've done a lot. I mean, what more could we ask for? We're not going to get a whole bunch of, people are expecting Netflix to be chaos and, blood and guts and guns and like, relax, people.
Well, and did you see Nick Khan saying, no, that's not going to happen?
Yeah. They already made
what they've done has still been fairly adult, was still reigning within that still child-friendly atmosphere. Like, it's still, to me, like when they do it, and it's not, when you set it as TVMA, you expect it all the time. When you set it as, TV 14, what have you, when it happens few and far between, it's a much more impactful thing.
But dude, again, it goes to the whole problem with everybody right now is like, I mean, realistically, my favorite wrestlers were telling people to shove shit up their ass and suck it and fuck off and show your boobs. And like, it was such a different fucking generation. Technically wasn't made for young KJ, but young KJ was right in front of that TV fucking ready to go. Like,
right.
That's the thing. Right now, the world's changed a little bit. And if you're too violent, people get upset. You might trigger somebody. Like, it's a lot. So they're not going to go buck wild.
Hey, I mean, Deadpool's still on Disney, but I mean, that's the thing, is you have to still show restraint. And I think it's, if you want wrestling to grow in this time and age, like, they've managed to do that stuff without blatantly doing that stuff. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Judgment Day in the back. Happy. But I think they're about to get a triple threat.
Oh, or did they get moved to SmackDown?
Tag match? Remember Pierce said we are going to discuss your belts next week.
Oh, yeah. The Saturday Night Main Event match has officially changed. It's Finn Balor.
It's official, folks. Make a new graphic. Triple threat.
Zyson three-way dance.
Now I really want Finn to win, because now Finn can pin Damian. Let's go.
Yeah, well, and it gets interesting then still what you do with Gunther. Like, it's so interesting when you get some of these champions and you feel like, what do you do once they lose?
Yeah. Oh.
Judgment Day is all banned from ringside.
Right? You can't do that? What?
Are you serious right now? Are you super serial?
Dude, you stopped talking and Liv started, and I wasn't sure if you had stopped.
Is this where I point out my wife's from New Jersey so I get the fucking vibe? I love you, dear. Don't hurt me.
Judgment Day could have a bad night tonight.
What?
Judgment Day could have a bad night tonight.
Oh, I think they're about to have a shit night tonight.
That's not cool.
Right? As we're bigging up WrestleMania 2K24 for Best Game Awards. You know who didn't ever get close to sniffing a Best Game Award? AEW, goddammit. That was a hot pack of ass.
It's one of my favorite coasters, folks.
Exactly. And folks, if you want to sit there and say, oh, you're just judging, you never play it, we have videos on the channel with CJ Brand playing that goddamn game and showing how not cool it was.
Yeah. There's a couple glitch videos that are hilarious. Ricochet used to be my favorite Irish wrestler, but it was always Finn Balor. Let's go.
He's like the Conor McGregor without the tattoos. You'll do fucking nothing.
Here comes the final testament with the Miz, folks. Get your predictions in. Remember, we take a prediction on every single match. Take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So get in there. As right now, over 60% are taking the Wyatt 6 shot.
He just doesn't make sense in this group. Like, he's the reverse of Bronson in Bloodline 2.0 because everyone else out there looks like Mad Max, Apocalypse Now shit. And Miz is out there like a Naruto cosplayer.
And I like the entrance. I like the black and white. I like the vibe. I like
it works for all 4 of them, and then you see that big goofy motherfucker coming through.
Easy, Ken. Don't over tingle. You'll fall asleep before the end of the show, buddy.
Why are we mentioning a bull rider right now?
JD and Finn next week against the War Raiders. Bye-bye belts.
All right. They're bigging up the PBR, the professional bull riders.
Triple threat means no DQ. JD can fuck up the other 2 and get Finn his belt. Yes, I'm with that, Spaz.
But they're barred from ringside.
No, for the tag match, they're barred from ringside.
Oh, I thought they were barred from the triple threat. That would make more sense.
Yeah, 1990s was just me. Yeah, exactly. Oh, lights out. Fireflies in effect, folks.
Catching fire. Yeah. I always go back to that one.
Yeah, to be honest, the piano entrance of this, like the slow start, I think they could almost get away from it and get right into their main music. Now that they've been introduced, that long piano was cool when we were guessing. Now just give us the fucking, let's go.
It's too much Bray, I guess I'll put it that way, of that you always got that with Bray, of if you just boom right into it, like, we know you, we got it, we're understood, like, be different, be unique.
Mm-hmm. I love it though. Like, I mean, I dig the entrance, I dig the vibe, I dig the look.
It's still a spectacle. It's still a spectacle,
right? I like the fireflies, but get out there. Let's go.
Well, and it has been a minute since we've seen them, and especially with them being an actual in-ring action instead of they just show up and just, appear.
I mean, the crowd pops. Good reaction as they come out.
No Nikki Cross, though, as Scarlett's out with the Final Testament, but no Nikki Cross coming out. We've just got Howdy.
Nikki was in the graphic with the mask on. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. We'll see what's up with that.
Well, remember last week we had it to where Cross and them walked off for all of like 3 minutes, and then all of a sudden we come back and Nikki Cross has attacked Scarlett and, came through the mirror and everything.
Right. Miz feels like a polar bear in Arlington, Texas.
Facts.
Shout out to Carrie Ann for leaving up in what? Leveling up. Oh, there you go. I almost read that completely wrong.
Anyone get so much of a Kevin Sullivan, just the aesthetic vibe? I won't say anything else about that, but with like Loomis with the dark eyeshadow and the X on the forehead, the Manson and everything. It's very like Kevin Sullivan-ish.
Amen. I'll take that. As we are off and fighting, folks. 62% taking Wyatt 6 in this one.
Oh, you have to at this point. I mean, you taking Final Testament?
Yeah, I'll take Final Testament. No. I'm going to take.
You're going to go against all of this that you've been a fan of for the longest time.
I mean, again, them losing could tell a story here. I'm okay with them losing. I'm not the fan base. It's like they can never lose.
Well, no.
They can lose. Wins and losses
this early on still, but they go right to commercial, by the way.
Yes, we are. Right to commercial. Well, the entrance took forever.
So then should you have done the commercial and then you just pretend that everyone didn't notice that they just stood there in the ring for fucking 5 minutes?
Oh, I don't know. You get the action started, you get everyone pumped and be like, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'd rather just, you sell me on it. All right, I'll give you a minute and let it come back. But
WWE said Raw will remain PG-13 on Netflix. Triple H told Netflix he doesn't want the crowd muted. Then they chant, "You fuck up." Netflix agreed. Muting the crowd ruined so many promos. Yeah, Fox went button crazy by the end there too.
Oh, well, there's a difference between muting the crowd and just you don't see anything, just blackout. Like, that's entirely different. I'd at least rather, I can figure out most of the time, probably because of our own vocabularies of when the crowd's chanting, "You dub," and they're censoring it out versus I just see nothing as to what's happening.
Right. Nikki under the ring. I love Dexter's mask. I believe he is one of the most underrated wrestlers. Sam Shaw is phenomenal. They need, like, I've been an advocate of this guy for so fucking long.
He is super talented in ring, but anytime I've ever seen him do anything on the mic, he's very awkward.
Oh no, he's good. You got to go back and watch his NWA stuff. He can be good. He's creepy.
Fair enough. That's going back. I might have to do a Sinister Minister before that.
Who's us? Who us FT? Jonathan, we might need more words to that sentence. What's up, Andrea Price? How you doing? Fox went off the rails for sure on purpose. Yeah, maybe on purpose. They definitely pissed a lot of people off, like blinking out everything. Like some random dude in the third row was flipping the bird and they blank out Paul Heyman promo. What are you doing?
Well, and especially too of like it's in the middle of the Rock's promo and all this shit, and then all of a sudden it's just like,
yeah.
Like, no, can we actually see the fucking Rock out here building up towards WrestleMania? What are we doing?
He's ripped as hell. He's jacked. He's always jacked.
Swoggle in the bloodline. No, sir. Andrew saying, my birthday was last Friday, December 6th. I'm 34 years old. Please wish me a happy birthday. Well, there you go. Happy birthday. No balloons, just KJ doing kawaii shit. Everything.
Balloons!
There we go. Balloons now.
It looks real stupid when it doesn't work.
I know. That's why I'm almost glad my doesn't do that, because I don't have to do faces to try and get it to work.
Right.
As we're back in action. As so the Authors of Pain got Gacy singled out here.
Is that our buddy Oregano back? He's so little. No, that's the other guy. Sorry, I was thinking the referee.
Oh, no, that is him.
That is Oregano. Let's go. Dylan is the head of the table. Dylon?
The Guidarine.
Dylon is the head of the table. Dylon.
K and KJ stands for Kawhi.
Yeah, that made me. What about this? So Carmelo's taking on a mystery opponent Friday. It's already announced. Who could the mystery opponent be? Could it be Penta?
It'd be very interesting and very
Friday.
Well, I don't know about that. Maybe LA Knight. But for it to be Penta, or it might be Ethan Page. Fuck it, let it be an NXT call up. Penta feels like it'd be really fast. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, he was just in AAA saying goodbye to the fans this past weekend. So
the Redwood gets the hot tag, and oh my God, Eric Rowan, they got to cut this guy loose. They got so much talent in this group. Like, they got to let this guy go. Like, let him just work.
But so you would have the Wyatt 6 start to go for like the IC belt or something, go for the tag belts?
Tag belts for sure. I mean, you get 2 members of the Wyatt 6 for the War Raiders. Yes, let's go.
But is a faction like this about titles, or is it about the message?
No, but the message is a lot clearer when you have champions giving it. So I got no problem with them having belts, or at least being in contention. Again, up what they mean to the whole situation. A guy like Howdy going after the IC belt, I got no problem with that. Look at Rowan, though. Like, Rowan is just unreal. Let's go.
Well, people always forget when it was him and Harper together and everything, and they were one of the best tag teams in the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you think the Wyatt 6 held belts on numerous occasions. Undertaker held belts on numerous occasions. Not always in must, but they held.
I could see a tag belt. I could see I know where you're getting at with like Bo going after, say, like if he ever got to the point to go for a world title. Just to me, the Uncle Howdy character is never a world champion.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think anything has legs. I think anything's possible. Somebody would have told you years ago that the Undertaker character would never be a world champion. Or holy shit.
I've never seen someone do a cannonball and then proceed to stretch out their legs in the middle of a cannonball.
This is why you got to let them do more stuff. They're fun as fuck.
But where do you put, like, who do you have them go
They're
against?
running
That's the
over
biggest
people.
question, I think.
Run them over all. Hot tag, Miz in there with Howdy. Back elbow.
But someone brought it up earlier, and I apologize that I think it was Mr. Noob, if I'm trying to remember correctly, of
Mr.
that. This not being Raw, not being 3 hours now has hurt them the most because it doesn't give them time of now we've got to get Drew, Sami, Jay, CM Punk, this, that, and the third. We've got to get all this other shit on.
Yeah.
We ain't got time for you.
Yeah, your lower and middle card definitely feels that missing hour for sure. Oh, another back elbow. Howdy and Cross.
Cross on the outside.
See, a rivalry between Howdy and Cross works well for me. They could have some really good matches. Oh, Scarlett's gonna get fucked up by Nikki in a second.
I know she's got an outfit on, but yeah, but as that is the most.
Oh, watch out! Watch out! Watch out! That is amazing. Let's go.
Meanwhile, I was out here saying Scarlett out here. If that was any more like Sable, I don't know what. With that attack,
right? That was.
I think
perfect.
It's flesh toned.
Yeah, I wonder. Outfit brought to you by Trimclad.
Cross takes out Scarlett. Oh, Miz breaks up the Sister Abigail.
Miz in, no way. Get out of here.
Man, I'm okay.
See, they might lose.
Oh, Ellen with the Tony Khan special package in the face.
Elring's back.
Final prayer, basically an F5, 1, 2, 3. So final testament wins.
2, 3. Let's go.
Boo, boo.
Let's go.
A man just threw baking powder, fucking confectionery sugar in this guy's face and fucking helped them win the match.
An actual manager spot. What was wrong with any of that? That was a fun match.
Bad.
Ellering shows up, fucks Howdy. And again, I said
he was there. It's not like he showed up.
He wasn't. He didn't come out with them. He was.
I could have sworn he did.
Maybe I'm crazy. Remember they took him out?
Either way, the man throws skin all-purpose flour. This
have
man
you not watched wrestling
sugar in the guy's face?
A move as old as time. It's happened.
I know it's still. It came across fucking stupid with fucking
stupid.
The fantastic spooky
Mr. Fuji would be proud right now. A manager doing manager things. And again, I said it at the beginning of the match. Final Testament could win and they could make it work. I'm good with that. Now it matters because now they want revenge. Now we're in a story. I like it. It's something. Carrion wins. Oh my God. Let's go. See? Carrion steals a victory. The bad guy's doing bad things. Somebody confirm whether or not was Ellering there.
You have people saying he didn't, so I guess I'll trust Misfit for half a second. Fair enough, but it just
Ellering got taken out a couple weeks ago and hasn't been seen since by the Wyatt. So he returns tonight, is the X factor, the turning point, the little key to victory. Perfect.
Normally it actually looks like just, getting dust powder and everything, not like this man threw fucking powdered sugar at this guy.
So your complaint is the powder?
Yes, I'm going to be nuanced and nuanced.
Hi, internet wrestling fan. That powder was too white.
Thanks. Yes, I am high. Nice to meet you.
That is crazy. No, I mean, again, I just don't. It's a traditional wrestling thing.
I'm not interested in a sequel to this fucking match.
But that match was super fun. Like, I want more Redbeard. I want more Sam Shaw. I want more of this.
Right. I want more of the Wyatt Six. I don't know if I'm sold on the Final Testament.
What you're saying is just get rid of the Final Testament. Let them go. Release them.
No, I didn't. Hold on. You fucking went all the way with that.
If they just keep losing, what do you do with them, Nick? They got to win that mattered tonight.
They break up. They actually can do something else.
What do they do if they lose? You don't float up the way, or you shouldn't. It shouldn't anyway, but it does.
We all float down here, Georgie.
Right?
All right, as we talked all over CM Punk talking to Jackie Redmond, by the way.
Yes. Punk shielded Seth from being fired. Ooh.
Do tell.
Nick is mad about the powder quality since when? Did you know that the mandible claw is real? If you are in a real street fight, and yes, I know that the reason why they do the mandible claw is that is very fucking painful. However, if you stick your fingers in my mouth in a fight, you're going to come back with 2 less fingers at least.
Yeah, I don't need your gonorrhea. I don't need to be sticking my fucking fingers in your throat or anything like that. Trust me, the homeless man that I might have to fight on the sidewalk and everything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing that. I'm not executing. I'll try and hit an F5 before I try and do a mandible claw. Yeah, I'll try and jackhammer his ass before anything else.
No, never tried the old stick your fingers in a man's mouth during a fight situation. But hey, if you can pull it off, Al.
You go all crocodile hunter if you stick it in his cloaca.
Like, whoa. Okay, fight's over.
You might just submit that of what the fuck you got. I don't want to fuck with you. What this guy about?
Right. I did want to answer the question. The chat's blowing up, so a little back. Nikki Wilby, we got you. I'm
a B. What?
It doesn't matter. We'll just click another one. If we missed your question, remember we got the super chat, super stickers to guarantee we clicked on you. KJ for Saturday main event this Saturday. I want to see you with an 80s pager. I'd have to go through some boxes to find my old pager. A telephone briefcase and a poster of Daryl Waltrip and G.I. Joe action figure. I love G.I. Joes. I had a lot of G.I. Joes once upon a time.
Really? Thank you, G.I. Jose.
Let's go.
So you've just given this man all of the graphics ideas for our backgrounds and everything. So expect the most nostalgia shit. We're about to look like we're literally, folks, we don't live in our mom's basements. We have our own places that we live in and everything like that. But I feel like on Saturday night's main event, KJ is going to come up with some backgrounds and everything to where we're looking like we're back in our mom's basements. Right. We don't drive a fancy fabricated AI car or anything like that. We don't say we're DJ from YN or anything like that, but we don't live in our mom's basements.
All true.
Sorry. This is
whatever Penta Phoenix say, it might alter the foundation of pro wrestling. Small things, big effects. A bit of a butterfly effect, if you will, Hannah. I think all that's happening right now with Ray and Penta, Ray in particular, is what it's starting to do is it's really starting to, add the smoke to the fire. So you get away. You have a beef with Punk, you can play it off. Punk's always had problems. But if it keeps happening and Punk's not around, who do you blame? You can't keep blaming everybody. You can't keep pointing, the fans just hate us. The other companies got bots. The whole world's against us, which isn't true. There's a large collection of people out there cheering for you guys. And we want you to do well, but you can't keep blaming everyone for your problems. That's the effect of this, Nick.
Right. We're out there. Cheerleaders, rah, rah, Cisco Bond, let's go, Tony Khan. But it's just when you keep fucking up and you keep going on it on 4th and 25, it kind of gets hard to cheer for you. And I think it's you keep dividing your fan base and you keep losing face in the court of public opinion. Fuck the legal system, all of that when it comes to this. This is especially because the AW fan base was built on Twitter and it's going to die on Twitter, I feel. Right. Punk was a divisive figure. You're going to get people that side with him, right or wrong, and vice versa. Now you're seeing a lot of guys that AW fans got behind before that are now changing their tone, changing their notes, really opening and being vocal about things. That's now you're losing a ton of ground, a ton of traction in the court of public opinion. Now you're looking like the bad guy when you were supposed to be the hero.
Well, kind of what happened to Punk once upon a time is now kind of flipped, where Punk, because, and I said it at the time, because he had a track record of causing static, when static happened in AEW with Punk, it's easy to go, it must be Punk. But
Right.
now the same thing's happening in AEW of there's so much static coming from so many different directions. It can't all be everybody else. You, the common denominator, my friend. You are the connection.
Maybe I'm the drama.
Maybe. As we were going to replay from last week, where Raquel.
And it's crazy to think I saw her share this and everything earlier today on Instagram and everything of it's almost like a year to the date, crazily enough, to when Raquel was having to get pulled off of Raw because her skin condition, everything flared up. And just seeing the video of her just there, just suffering and everything. And there's kind of just respectfully nothing you can fucking do. Like to see her now where she's at, like,
yeah.
Goddamn, good on you, gal.
Well, I got Dakota Kai, right? Which just the Dakota Kai entrance. Okay.
Yeah, but we missed it. We don't get a ton of Dakota Kai entrances. I almost said injuries because we get a ton of those.
Knock on wood, my guy. Oh, that salt.
The Patre, Filet, Spirit Sante, Holy Water. Anyone got a smudge stick? I need a smudge stick.
Right. But you enjoy Dakota. I will enjoy Canyonera Row. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go South Dakota and you go North Dakota. No one heard my joke there because he was there. I'll go South Dakota, you go North Dakota. And I'll take the road.
They do hear you, by the way, so careful.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. Thank you, voice of God.
Yeah, if I talk, I look like a ventriloquist.
Go away. Anyone out there watching for the first time? No, I have not lost my mind. I was just talking to the voice of God of KJ White, I guess. They're just popping in the background. It's only on Thursdays I tend to lose my mind. By Fridays, I normally have it pulled back together. We can still hear you. Thank you, MDB. I don't know because I'm not on screen and I don't watch myself. I don't have an earphone or anything like that. But I got Liv Morgan coming out. So we getting Liv versus Dakota straight up. Interesting because on Saturday Night Main Event, we're going to get EO versus Liv, which could see a title change. Over under early prediction, over under title changes at Saturday Night's Main Event. I feel like I need to set the line at 1.5, even though it might be clearly 2, but I'll say 1.5. Yeah, Papa. Thank you, Jesus. 100% may the blunt be with you and also with you. CKJ is not here, so you don't get to do that. Yes, absolutely. Papa, can you hear me? Wow, it's the ghost of KJ. I can hear him, but don't see him. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I didn't mean to click on that one. Nick, if you missed my joke, here it is. For the other day, I met a girl and she was drinking orange juice, and I told her, "Gee, orange juice smart." Ah, there we go, Christian. Classic dad joke. As I'm underweight, folks, right now with Dakota Kai versus Liv Morgan right now. So let me know who you're taking in the chat, whether you're taking Dakota, whether you're taking Liv, where you got interference, you get, Liv beats Dakota, but we end up with a stare down between her and EO. Roll Tide Insider saying, Alabama fan here. I couldn't imagine, as I am in commercial break right now. Also, I used to work out in South Dakota with Shayna B. Great person. There you go. I'm sure that completely 100% happened. Misfit, if people want their sanity back, then EO should win. That gets very interesting, as again, I will remind everybody I'm in a commercial break right now, but if EO wins, could you continue the Rhea Liv storyline till Mania? I know it was talked about early on and everything, and it seemed like such a fucking long shot. But do you make it still a blood feud to where it gets to the point to where it goes all the way to WrestleMania? even though it doesn't have the title or anything like that. It's just still set up on a blood feud. DJ Premier saying the crowd is dead. I don't know if it's exactly dead. I mean, I think it might just be more a little bit for this brief time. I mean, crowd started off really fine to me. Of maybe the Howdy match, maybe might have done it in, but I digress. EO should be put back over. Fair enough. Fair enough. Heather saying I love Rhea. MDB just trying to aggravate Bill with Auburn's War Eagle. Keyshawn, what up? JV, could we get a WrestleMania Hell in a Cell between Rhea and Liv? I don't. That seems over aggressive a little bit. Has there ever really been outside of? Well, no, because was Sean versus Taker with, I think it was Hunter versus as the special guest referee, or I might have interchanged Sean and Triple H there, but was that at a WrestleMania, the Hell in a Cell match that they had, or was that a different pay-per-view? Of WrestleMania doesn't seem like it does a ton of really big stipulation matches like that. I mean, you maybe every now and then get a Money in the Bank or something like that. I mean, that's kind of where it originated, what have you. You get a multi-person ladder match, but you never get like a Hell in a Cell. You never get, a last man standing match, I think, unless I'm misremembered something. Didn't Edge versus Finn? What? You're going to have to help me out there with Wrestling Proud. I might have be not fully understanding. Rhea's winning the Rumble, so we are headed towards Rhea versus Liv at Mania. But we don't know if she's winning the Rumble. We don't know right now. Honestly, it's to me wide open betting odds when it comes to the Royal Rumble on both the men's and the women's side. They're going to WrestleMania with a story. Fair enough. But I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Trust me, if you haven't already done so, go and check out our interview with Vinny Pacifico. Absolutely, 100% a great dude to talk to and everything. Super inspirational, super motivating and everything like that. And keep an eye out. You might, see this man out there, and even on your grocery shelves with the energy drinks and everything like that. But we are back at it like a jackrabbit, 100% on Saturday for Saturday Night Main Event, as I'm back in the action with Liv and Dakota Kai right now. As out comes Sonya Blade or Shazonia coming out right now, and I like that they're giving a bit more character to this group and everything. Of Sonya Deville out there saying about how she's upset that she wasn't included in the tournament for the IC title and everything like that. And I think they even did a little bit of a makeover angly type thing with, Zoe Starks getting a makeover from Maxine Dupree, which them things was thangin'. Both women just throwing hands, throwing pose right now in the ring. Alan, what do you think about? What do I think about what? What? Now you're creating an internal complex of which one is what. Right? Apparently, we got on a water discussion. Things was definitely thangin'. Absolutely, my guy. Well, trust me, them things was thangin' on deadline between Jada Parker and Lola Vice, as Dakota Kai was stomped to the back of the head on Liv for a two count. Shazonia, yes, absolutely. Sonya Crew out, absolutely. Are they just the lady version of, the Death Riders a little bit of, could be something really cool and badass, but kind of just ain't. Imagine using betting odds to determine wrestling booking. I mean, I feel like there's probably some terrible market out there. There's someone that's invented a crypto coin, probably, or some shit around that. But yeah, Dakota with the roll through small packet, two go. That was a little sloppy jalopy, but we got there in the end. Kyle, Nick, do you hear that we're getting Bayley versus Chelsea and Mission versus Tiffany in the U.S. tournament on SmackDown? Big knee from Liv in the corner. I know that I believe that's the final of the U.S. division. I didn't know if we're getting both matches on SmackDown. I probably assume so because the finals on Saturday Night Main Event. But yeah, I mean, I'm all the way here for it. I shout out Tiffany out there rocking the Vikings gear and everything straight out of Minnesota. But I still think, honestly, it's Chelsea's tournament to win. It makes the most sense. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Liv picks up the win, but yeah, it's Chelsea's tournament to lose a little bit. Maybe they have Bayley win it and they put it on a bit more of a vet as the inaugural champion, but it makes the most sense with Chelsea winning. As Sonya Deville, I was halfway going into the Shizonia right now, but Sonya Deville and the rest of Shizonia out here attacking Dakota Kai. So we're still, here comes the cavalry. Oh, who hung up Dakota Kai or Kyrie Sane? She like kind of halfway hung herself up here as Io looking like a fucking badass. That might be what helps Liv retain on Saturday is that we're still Kyrie going up top. Diving crossbody on everybody on the outside. But that might be what helps Liv retain on Saturday as you get, Shizonia gets involved in everything. As Liv pops in and takes out Io. Yeah, this faction on faction warfare might be the distraction that helps Liv retain, even though I'd love to see Io win it. Then you can get everybody like 316. I think you've actually been respectfully polite tonight, but yeah, then you get all the diehards on either side between Liv and Rhea of, well, they can just have the feud and Io can just be champion and we can move along. As Drew McIntyre cutting a promo right now. There we go for MDB who thinks my Jesse Ventura just sounds like Sean Connery meant Jesse Ventura. Mega, what up? Heather, what up? K1, what up? Heather, what up? Trip, what up? Liv looks like she's been. You do you, boo boo. I'm trying to catch what Drew's saying because he's out here talking like he's in a goddamn confessional as he's talking about it's been a career year for Drew McIntyre. What if I'm wrong? What if everyone else was right? Oh, are they pivoting to Drew being a babyface with this? Jesse Van Connery? That sounds way worse than I think you intended. Oh, as Drew's talking about Sami and Jay and their stupid figures in the air. Oh, so even Drew's going at Roman and everything a little bit with this of they all just instantly like idiots fell right by his side. At least CM Punk took a bribe.
Whoa, ho, 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 ho,
Whoa, Dr. Doom. Ho, ho, ho. Well, I am Professor Chaos. Does that make me, General Disarray? You're an OG nerd if you get that reference.
If the shoe fits, bro.
Bro. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to buy these shoes.
Right. So good. Look, I thought Dakota Kai looked good tonight. It'll be interesting now that they're trying to do PFC versus Damage Control. And I thought Drew really emphatic tonight.
Oh, I thought it was really interesting too of him going and mentioning, you had Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy, and they all just fell in line with Roman and looked like idiots. At least CM Punk took a bribe and everything. Like you kind of see a bit more where that arrow was pointed. Like he admitted he took out Jay and he targeted Sami.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. As we did get Seth in the back. I don't know if you saw what the man is wearing tonight.
No.
Wow.
Oh, no. I saw it on the initial. I saw when you were Titanic Iceberg.
It looks like Gumby.
He looks like he's in Cookie Monster.
Gumby and Elton John had a child.
I was right here when I was young. Do a thing on the cracker rah. Right.
Back.
Rangers, I need you to.
We have a mission.
Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Am I good to go? Yeah. I got the green Jordan. I got the green Ranger.
Saturday main event is going to be good. I agree. Tiffy, Elton Gumby.
Yeah.
I will never take Seth seriously until he stops with this shit in his outfits. I mean, let me ask you this, Boston, because I agree to an extent. But what if it was Macho Man? You know, all the tassels and the old school colorful glasses and the what if
my brother
is that not what Seth is doing?
I saw you, CM Punk. You were making eyes with Elizabeth. Yeah, you were doing it. Can you dig it? Yeah.
Right, though. But that's my question about Seth.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like that era was well, shit. I can't say nothing compared to that era with this era with being flamboyant or anything like that. So, fuck. I see you have activated my trap card, sir.
He got that Monster Inc. jacket. Calling Orson.
Yeah, he's fucking silly.
The glasses, though, the glasses are crazy over the top.
He looks like he just bought like. You remember when everyone tried to have like the Yeezy, like the Kanye glasses with the shit, and you get with the shades in the middle of it and everything, and you get like a pack of 10 off of eBay for like $3 from God knows where and everything.
Yeah, I never got it. Sorry. Dun, dun. But I mean, that's the question. I mean, we've had some very flamboyant talents over the history of wrestling. Is Seth just doing Seth? Is that what makes him unique in a way?
Well, I think has it become a bit of him, and it's still of like you said, Macho was, I think, probably the best perfect example because it's being flamboyant, if that's even still a term we want to use, while still, being at the top of the card, being seriously considered as a world champion, everything. Because you've seen other wrestlers that might, Billy and Chuck, have you, MXM and everything like that. Maxine Dupree before, LA Knight and everything like that. But we've seen that go by the wayside and they never came off as viable champions. He still comes off as a viable champion.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, and that's kind of where it gave me the Macho vibes, right? He's in your main event. He's one of your best superstars, arguably the best superstar at certain times. And, you're always in that conversation, but he definitely beat to his own drum. Now I get it. He's not wearing, I mean, again, he did wear some crazy shit. It wasn't always just the tassels.
I still always love, does mother know thou weareth her drapes? Right. But, oh yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah.
Jesse, the body was very flamboyant in a different way though. But for the time, it was something different. As I'm getting a sky view of Wichita, Kansas. Anyone from Kansas out there? I'm curious. What's Kansas like? 100%. Randy Savage had intensity, which bled through the Savage spoke the same way off camera. Anonymous. I mean, that is one of the craziest things, right? Imagine some of the characters that were big back in the day trying to hold that kayfabe everywhere they went. That consistent, but that was really Randy. That's how he was. Maybe, again, turned up, but, in a lot of ways. MXM is out of pocket with their flamboyance. Yeah, I think for me, I dismiss, we've had like the Gold Dust of the world and such, but in that real main event spot, as we are going back to the New Day from last Monday, probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest moment of last week. And I think we're going to hear from them as well. Heather's in Pennsylvania. Kansas is basically flat. So Saskatchewan. That's good to know. It looks foggy. Yeah, well, it's foggy. It's foggy here too. Please talk about the chance we will see the return of the Empress. Okay, so this came up in the chat earlier, but me and Nick were kind of going back and forth. Asuka is injured. I don't know how close she is to returning, though. That's the only catch with Asuka. If she's ready to go, she'd be a hell of a surprise. Like if PFC comes out to screw with Dakota, there's a number equalizer on the outside of the ring without Dakota getting involved. Maybe. This still plays well, man. And so would you buy the story at this time that, you know, through that exchange between Kofi and Woods, they just kind of cleared the deck. They got all the shit off their chest and they reset. They're ready to go. You left us. I broke my neck. I'm in Maryland. I'm always wanted to go to Kansas to see tornadoes. Yeah, I could just hear about them or watch them on the internet. Social media hurt Seth Rollins by his perceived misstep with the IWC. Nah, I think he's still all right, though. I think he's still doing just fine. And I think that stuff gets conflated in a lot of ways. I broke my neck. No excuses. Wow. Okay, we're a week removed from the New Day, from the turn, from kind of ripping the heart out of Big E. How do you feel about it a week later? You're going to tell me it's over? And here's another question for everybody out there. Would it have been a good idea to let no turn Big E becomes their manager? Would that have been cool? Would that have worked? KJ have announced when the women's IC tournament will end. Are they saving that for Netflix premiere? I believe so. I could be wrong, Kyle, but that's what I would be doing. As Cody stepping out of the room with Adam Pearce, and here come the New Day. Big boos right out the gate for the New Day, folks. You two should be ashamed of yourselves. Strong words from Cody Rhodes. I think Seth needs eye surgery. Jameis Winston got his, keeps wandering into Becky's closet. I'm telling you, this is all the wardrobe that Big Time Bex had planned. And then when that kind of went up and she went back to the man, she was like, well, we already got all this wardrobe. We're not wasting it. And like a good hubby, here comes Seth wearing all her stuff. But here comes Seth Rollins. Did see Tiffany talking to Adam P. Okay. I like this. They keep playing the idea now. Will they make any more known now? We'll see. Are there any Kansas City Chief fans in Kansas? Or do they hate them because they're in Missouri? Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. What are you wearing? Again, why is everyone on Cody Rhodes' case of being a bad friend? I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, he's kind of he's such that uber baby face. He's like the conscience of the show. In a lot of ways, that's what he's the perfect guy to kind of, I'm so disappointed. I'm predicting Big E eliminates Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, Rumble match, long-term booking. Maybe. Hold on tight, Damien. We will be here live for it. Burn it down. Cody is going to regret the smack talk. the Smacky Talk. We'll see, Raw. I mean, again, the New Day just walked on, but Seth Rollins has a microphone. I think Cody and Gunther are switching brands. I could see that happening. I could. It'll be very interesting, but I could definitely see that happening. Big Nick and KJ, you guys are awesome. And everyone help out with likes, subs, and shares. Thank you so much, Trek. We appreciate the love, folks. Remember, we're here all week long for all your favorite wrestling. A big week on this channel as we head into NXT tomorrow. Winter is coming. Our preview show for Saturday Night Main Event, SmackDown, Rampage, and Saturday Night Main Event. Busy week. Just did the interview with Vinny and Seth getting the crowd going. How you feeling out there, folks? Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. KJ and Nick, who will be to take out New Day? They're going to feed them some baby faces, Alexis. I'm not sure who they're going to start with, but they're going to get some baby face wins. They're going to eat some baby faces quick. Now we get CM Punk chants. This is an interesting storyline from the standpoint of execution. Because they are singing along with Seth. They like Seth. He brings up Punk. They cheer Punk hard. It's really an interesting and a fun battle. I hope Owens gets a belt soon, because if he goes to AEW, he's going to be buried. I don't think he's going to AEW Raw. I almost think it's been reported that he's staying. I could be wrong about that, but he's not going anywhere. Let's be real. And I would love to see him win the title. I said give him the title at Saturday Night Main Event. Shock the world. Even if it's a 3-week run, a 1-month run, I don't give a shit. Just have that holy shit moment. And again, I think it helps validate a KO. But I would love him as champion. Welcome to Seth's secret confession. Right? His deep thoughts. Is Seth a heel now? No, not really. Yes, that's what I said. They're kind of splitting. You kind of have the audience pushing where this goes. And again, some are going to cheer Seth, some are going to boo him. Some are going to cheer Punk, some are going to boo him. It naturally sets up itself. And again, how they conduct themselves now will dictate what way the fans lean. But it's fun to watch. If you had a pen right now, if you booked Bo versus Cross, ultimately, I think Bo would go over if I was booking. But, okay. He got ghosted by CM Punk. So he getting deep. He getting personal on this, folks. I love your interview with Vinny. It was great. Thank you so much, Wrestling Crowd. Vinny was an absolutely awesome guy. It was fun to sit down and talk with him. We're hoping to have more wrestlers on. We have other interviews that have been up in our archive below. Go check all of them out. But Vinny was awesome. Guy's a ball of energy. You can see why he's the energy drink king. And yeah, I mean, a great interview with Vinny. So CM, all Punk did was tear this company down. This is Seth right now just spitting from the heart and spitting 100% facts. Nothing he's saying is wrong. Now, you might disagree with some of his perception on things, but the timeline in which things went down are very real. The old Saturday Main Event was on late. Yeah, it was. Wasn't it after Saturday Night Live? Or instead of Saturday Night Live? One of the two. Seth is clearly the heel. What has CM Punk even done to him? Well, listen to the big CM Punk chants, right? So now he's starting to sound like a justified heel. The tone. And if the fans lean in this way and he pushes harder, the fans will dictate that he's that guy. The old Sarah got that one. You force the audience to choose who is the heel. Yeah, 100%. And not even force. In a big way, you're not forcing anything. You're literally putting it out there and letting them decide, letting them dictate how this plays in a big way, because it doesn't matter. neither guy's really changing their approach. But here comes Sami Zayn. The tangle web we weave, folks. MDB, I know you're out there pumped right now. I'm still here, Heather. We love that you're still here. There's basically another MJF Punk feud, except there's no clear heel. Yeah, out the gate, very much so, right? And especially because both were definitely babyface. There was no reason for either one of them to feel like a heel. And that's where, like we kind of talked about, right? The fans are really going to have a big part in how this plays out. But here comes Sami. And now Sammy's a great guy. If you want to dig into Seth giving us that heel, Sammy's a perfect guy to do it. I think it would be a shocker also, but I want to see El Generico cost him the title. I wonder if he'll ever do it. Kevin Owens isn't going to AEW. He already has a Lambo. Yeah, fact. Again, if you're in the top portion of the WWE, if you're a main event guy used in the prominent spots the way Kevin has been, to me, going over to the other company is a hard sell. Right? When you're one of the biggest names on this show, I mean, again, you're getting pretty good money. It might be a little bit more from Tony, but the spotlight you are in, I don't know how you walk away from that. So that's where, I mean, again, you see a lot of rumors with the Beckys and the KOs. We've seen this before with KO. They're not going anywhere. The only Saturday main event, got that one. Blue Elmo Rollins. Tickle Me Rollins on screen right now, folks. Seth was killing it, by the way. Instead of Saturday Night Live. There you go. Thank you, Alexis. Long term, Big E versus Xavier Woods versus Kofi, and that leads to the reuniting of the New Day. No, I think if Big E was healthy and able to go back, you wouldn't fall right back into the New Day. I think they would want to keep Big E separate. Part of this heel turn that works really well is if Big E does regain health and is able to go and gets cleared, he's going to be such a baby face. You just let him run it and you put him on his own, Damian. So maybe long term, one day they reunite. That's not impossible. But Sami now, crowd's a little quiet here for Sami. I'm not going to lie. They're like, can we get back to Punk, please? Heel turn soon. Seth being shield for the company, pun intended. Absolutely. CM Punk left WWE for 10 years. Seth Rollins was on top of the world in the mountain. Now the Punk is back. Rollins feels like the world's crumbling. Yeah, definitely a part of it. Absolutely, Christian. And I think he conveyed that in a big way here tonight. I am not Drew McIntyre. You're better than him. What do you think about the transfer portal between? I think transfer portal is cool. I mean, it's a little funny. It's a little flimsy. Speaking of a little flimsy.
Thanks. Entering the portal. Yes, 100%. I have to play an erector set if I want to file my taxes. Yes, 100%.
Did you say erector set? I love those.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Go ahead.
Pop Shine the Light on Vince Seth was a fan of Vince. What? Chair, help me there.
Words? Do we know you how?
Here comes Sami. Oh, God. Yeah, exactly. Are we good? I was expecting Punk and Seth said his name. Well, Punk did that tape, so I didn't think Punk would be in the building live. So I don't know. That'd be a nice twist.
Right. Well, and I still think the best line that Sami said recently is even pointing out of with Seth's issue with Roman of, well, you created that monster.
Yeah. Right. He started all these dominoes, bro.
You're right. You set this fucking snowball in effect.
Seth is the big bang for all of this that has transpired.
Oh. He's much more a Sheldon. He's definitely a Sheldon.
Yeah. Crowd ends really like a bit on a heavy, flattish kind of note.
Well,
Like
some of that shit when you were on your pause, is the crowd like quiet? Is the crowd dead to you?
No, they were good for Seth. I think they got a little quiet on Sami. I'm not gonna lie. I like you know my love for Sami, but I feel like this particular crowd really got quiet when he just like even now they're kind of like, all right, Sami, can we go back? Like it's almost like, can we go back to Punk now, please?
Right. Can we get the guy who we actually want him to fight now?
And we're doing like we're doubling up on these promo here. It's a long segment. Sami versus Seth, Saturday night's main event. It took oh no, Drew McIntyre, my bad.
Nah.
Drew McIntyre, Sami, that's gonna bang on Saturday.
Sami about to get hurt real bad.
Let's go.
Sami, you should have just said no thank you. Just moved along.
Yeah, you didn't need this one, Sami. But
you will take this L and you will take this L and like it.
Yeah, Drew picking up a huge W on Saturday.
But it's interesting of there's so many interweaving and intertwining storylines and everything.
Yeah, it's good because again, like you know, Sami and Seth bury the hatchet a little bit tonight. Great. Oh, there's Drew. There's Drew.
Run, bitch, run.
We almost got a good dialogue in before something new happened.
Right.
But Drew all over Sami. But yeah, very much intertwined, right? Issues between Drew and Seth, Drew and Punk, Seth and Punk. Fucking
the Drew Roman thing is interesting to me.
A little bit, but that's where this portal's interesting. Does Drew and Roman end up on the same show?
Do you buy into they will bend the knee and whatever Netflix wants, we shall decree?
No.
We will move heaven and earth for people to be on Netflix.
That's one of those stories out there that if that was true, it wouldn't just be free knowledge for everybody to know. Like it's not like Netflix running around bragging like, guess who's our bitch? Like no, not at all. Like I don't believe that's true. I believe it's a working relationship. And I truly believe that Netflix very much, with a lot of their stuff, just put it out. Like they don't, you do you. We just want to have content to pump out to the people. So
we want to draw eyes 100%. Well, that's still even too if they just had to deal with USA of like they do know what they bought too to an extent and everything. And it is still not just well, we so we are subservient to our Netflix overlords and everything.
That's like picking up a really expensive say, like a Soto type and picking them up on free agency. I mean, you bring them in, you make them what? A fucking pitcher? A catcher? Or what are we gonna do with them? Like, we'll just change up his whole game. We know what we're paying for, but we're gonna make it different when we get you. Doesn't make sense.
So I know that you signed with us, but the league said it'd be a lot cooler and a lot more entertaining if you went over there and played for that team. What the fuck are we talking about?
We've signed you.
These are multi-billion, cajillion fucking dollar companies.
Yeah. We signed you for $7 trillion. You're going to be manager of the team next year.
We act like we can sit there and we'll make a 2020 2K24 fucking fantasy universe, so we can just do it. We'll have everybody over here, and then they get all the not players that I don't like and everything. No, that's not how this works. And again, I do think you need to keep things separate. If you put all of your eggs in one basket, nothing feels as special anymore. Then you're fighting for time. You're fighting for TV time. You're fighting for attention. You're fighting for the pecking order and everything versus you have stuff that works really well on Raw and you have stuff that works really well on SmackDown. Keep it that fucking way.
Yeah, and I think they're at a point right now where we talked, I talked earlier about the Wyatt Six and how I feel about them. I mean, and a lot of people out there have a certain talent they feel that about. Like, I wish they could get more time. Maybe they will get more time sometime. But they have us in a position of wanting more. Like when Roman isn't there or somebody's not on the show, they have us like, oh man, I wish so-and-so was there. And then when they come back, we're kind of like, oh, fuck, here we go. So, I mean, again, they've done a good job of keeping it fresh that way.
Well, and it works out because we had all those great moments last week on Raw. We had CM Punk versus Seth. We had the New Day split up and everything with that. We had Drew McIntyre return after Jey Uso got took out and everything like that.
Yeah.
All of those great moments are Raw inclusive. And then we still knew when we got on SmackDown, what if we get a Roman? What about Solo? What about this? What about that? We got the DIY heel turn and everything. I think they need to keep them still feeling different enough that they can stand on their own.
100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. There was one there I wanted to ask you. Somebody asked about the show. I believe it's a 2-hour show on Saturday.
For Raw? Oh,
no, for Saturday Night Main Event. I think it's 2 hours, 8 till 10.
I can try and double check, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well,
Right.
and there's so much of a conversation going on when it comes to Raw on Netflix of, is it going to be 3 hours? Are they moving the vault over there? Are they moving, is it going to be TV 14? Is it going to be TV PG?
Yeah, no, I think it's, I haven't even thought about that. But I mean, again, I think it's just going to be a good show, a good exhibition. But they're going to make it feel special. They're going to make it feel cool. They're going to hope that there's a lot of eyes watching. And again, they're definitely, they're always trying to grow the audience. And this is a good opportunity. So I think it's going to be a hell of a show. I do believe it's 2 hours. Now, someone said, I don't think Sammy Drew needs a PLE. But this isn't a PLE. This is something special, but it's not a PLE, and that's why you do it here.
I think this really works, and especially timing is a masterclass with this. I think a little bit as we're getting the recap of the women's Intercontinental Championship tournament. We've got Zoe, Raquel, and Kaden, so to face off, Alba, Kyrie, and Natalia. And so this winner's like the top of the bracket on the other side as Dakota Kai's advanced. But especially around the holiday season, all your families together, you're going to get, Jim Bob, your uncle, and everything that remembers Saturday Night Main Event when he was growing up watching it, and it was Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage, and you had Jesse Ventura. And hey, guess what? He's going to throw it on, and Jesse Ventura is commentating, as now you've got Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens and everything, and that might sucker a few new fans in and everything and bring them in. And it's the perfect timing of its nostalgia. You've got everybody together. That's some shit you'll just throw on just because the family's all together and shit.
100% in a lot of ways. And I mean, again, it goes through its ebbs and flows, but it's definitely back pushing that Main Street envelope. So, but right now I got Ivy staring down Bird Lady who's in the ring, folks. Get your predictions in on this one. This should be fun.
So anyone taking not Lyra Valkyria?
I can't believe I've got everybody on the Lyra train. I feel fully responsible for this.
I think they have. If you haven't, they've done a good job of with the video packages and everything like that. I mean, I've seen a good bit of Zelina fans and everything that are still hoping that, she achieves as much as she can achieve, but I don't know how much she can really achieve, respectfully.
It's fair enough. I mean, I like Vega, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I mean, they've been using Lyra well. She went quiet again because you can't rush her and burn her out. So you get teases of her as she's building her career up on Raw. But they like her. She wrestles well. She's had some really good matches. I could definitely see her being the first champ.
She's more believable, I think, to advance in this tournament. And I know you and I have even talked about say if Chelsea Green wins the U.S. title tournament, could Zelina win the IC tournament? Could they do it just because it's fan service and it makes people feel good? I don't know if you do it with both championships that you're just introducing.
Well, it depends, right? Like Bayley or Chelsea.
I still say Chelsea. I still think Chelsea. Chelsea's, I think, done enough. Chelsea, for me, I think you do the fan service, and then this one you have it so to where it's solidified.
Okay. Okay. So who do you see with the IC belt then?
I gotta go through the whole bracket. Oh, I mean, out of this match, very much of Lyra, but I gotta have to go through the bracket to see who else is still in it. That I would say would be like the veteran that wins it.
The veteran that wins it.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't remember the full bracket, but
The full bracket.
that's the thing is it's with introducing a new title, it's always the question, do you go like when Seth Rollins won the new World Heavyweight title, do you put it on an established name to solidify it, or do you go with a name that's hot right now that's going to get more clicks, what have you, but may not be the most established thing, may not be your casual's choice. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, again, I kind of agree with all of that. I mean, could it go another way? That's what makes this one fun. But I definitely see Lyra making it deep into this tournament. If I could see her being in the finals, and but who takes it, we'll see. I mean, that's a good guess. Even on SmackDown, like I said, I mean, Chelsea Bailey could win it, but ultimately, it looks like if I'm putting my money down, Chelsea Green, you give her a W over Bailey on the way to the finals, you help legitimize her on the way through. Of just, yeah, she's funny, but she can go. Don't forget that. So, I think it'll be very interesting on both sides. It's fun.
Right. Okay, so I have the bracket pulled up. So we've got Zoe Starks, Raquel, and Kaden. They take on the winner with Dakota Kai in the semifinals. This one decides the other semifinal, and then the last triple threat is Alba Fire, Kairi Sane, and Natalia. Kairi Sane's not a bad shout at all to win this.
I think give it to Natty.
I think honestly that's probably your safest bet, and again that solidifies it. You've got the Hart family that's got the history with the IC belt and everything. It'd be a nice little touch. It'd be a nice little chef's kiss, like little caveat on the career there.
You know, I originally when I said that, I thought you might go, "What the?" So
no, I think it's a solid shout. I think we talked about Sheamus earlier. I think Natty's in the back nine. I think she's more towards an agent, more towards a coach or anything like that than she is an in-ring worker. So she gets a little bit of a run with that. She's the inaugural champion. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, as I threw it out there and you started answering, I was like, I kind of like it. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm shockingly okay with that. Like that, it was almost like a tip of the hat, like a little sign of respect.
Yeah.
How do you make a final against someone like Lyra, and they have a bit of a fucking, a little bit of a wrestling show off, and then whoever wins kind of gets put over in that moment.
Yeah, it depends on how long so and so has it, and especially the match. I think that wins it too.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know, folks. How do you guys feel out there? I mean, I kind of like that Natty idea.
Well, do we need to do a top 4 poll question? I know we can only do 4.
Yeah, they maxed me out. Lyra is 97. That's one of the highest percentages on a prediction vote ever.
Well, she's the only one in this match that they've actually done video packages welcoming back and everything.
Oh, small package. But yeah, Ivy 0. Oh no, Ivy. Somebody just gave Ivy a sympathy vote. 6% Zelina, 3% Ivy.
I should choose you.
Yeah. Zelina up on the second rope.
Oh.
Maybe give it to Natalia. I mean, hashtag give it to Natalia. Wait, pause. That might not be right.
Yeah. Tyson K about to DM us. What the fuck are you trying to say about my wife?
We're just...
I'm just a small town bird lawyer, sir.
Lyra, Dakota's an interesting shout.
Yeah. Dakota, like, she walks that line of a vet who's kind of earned it, and especially with dealing with the injuries and everything, versus the fan favorite because everybody kind of loves Dakota a little bit.
Yeah. Meteora. Yeah, but I think PFC is going to mess her up, and we're going to get PFC damage control for a little bit. Big boot to Ivy. What about this option for the IC belt? Could it be Raquel? Liv and Raquel.
She's too tied up in other shit.
Would that help strengthen Judgment Day? Another belt?
No. Well, it would, but I don't. They don't need it, and I don't.
Yeah. Didn't Diesel? Michael
it's like when you already got like a Mercedes, and like well, let me change out the fucking hood emblem and shit like that, just so I can boast a little bit more. Like, you're already good. You don't need that shit.
Fair enough. I mean, I could see where they would try and, triple down on the situation. Speaking of tripling down, double German.
Oh.
Raquel wins IC
Ooh.
title. Nah, Natalia ain't the one. Natty got all that respect she needs. I don't know. It's kind of nice.
It's a nice little curtain call.
That's a good way to put it.
It's you're giving somebody their flowers on the way out.
It's not a lifetime. Oh, Pop Rocks.
Oh no, that is a lifetime achievement award. That is. Oh,
there you go. 3, and your winner, Ripley. Valkyria picks up the W, folks, as 90-something odd people said. So good on them.
She's fawning over the IC belt right now.
What's that?
I said she was fawning over the IC belt right now.
So she'll be in tough though. Carter's not winning. Rodriguez could. Zoe Starks? Nah.
Kyrie saying Natalia and Alba Fire is harder to predict, I feel, than
Kyrie. A lot of people want Kyrie.
Well, that's the thing, is Kyrie could win it, or Natty could win it. Alba Fire is kind of the odd man out there, or odd woman out. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Alba, but I mean, she's feels like she's in that L position, buddy.
Well, and then too because that's just the semifinals. That's not even the finals, or like you don't win the title here. As Rhea just flex. Yeah, I need to do it. I need to pump you up. Yeah, it's amazing. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Right. Anything goes match tonight, by the way. We haven't talked much about that stipulation.
Well, and is it interesting to you that after she just got thrown into the table in the corner and everything, right around that same broken orbital, like she just out here fine? There's no mask, there's no bruise, there's no nothing. You have that, and even what I'm mad at.
All healed up, bro. All ready to go.
Yeah.
Clear.
She's out there like the fucking Swolverine.
Right. Ivy looked like someone who needed a title push. Yeah, no. She went for it, though. Why can't PlayStation sponsor the Royal Rumble to celebrate the 30th anniversary?
I don't know. I don't work for them. I would love to be # sponsored by PlayStation. You know, somebody tell somebody. God damn it.
Yeah, let's go.
I need a PS5 ASAP.
No shit. I would have Liv hold the title, then Dirty Dom get the IC, and just had a dark match last Friday with Rick's son.
David Flair? What?
No.
Yeah, all of the no's with that. No, Dom's fine where he's at. You don't need to keep just shoehorning titles into feuds. Like, the titles should be there to help build feuds, not just be a prop.
Right. Yeah, no, again, I mean, they got to mean something. They got to have value. They 100%. You can't. But I think they've done a good job. And I mean, we watched what they did with the men's mid-card titles, and they were giving us the vignette packages, and they really made them matter. So it's been good. I hope this keeps going. I hope it's strong.
Oh no, well, it was a two-faced argument, I guess, with that and everything. Side note, who do you have early prediction, spoiler alert for Thursdays and everything? Liv versus Io. Who you got?
Liv.
Okay.
I think they're holding off. The payoff is Rhea. I would love.
You don't think that they could go a while with this still feud and it's not centered around the title? Like, is the title the crux of this feud?
Yeah, because Rhea wants it back, right? It's been such a focal point.
Fair enough.
So just beating her up doesn't seem like enough anymore. I love Io. I really love Io, but she not right now. I think they hold out for Rhea for, again, the chase is fun. And the more people get frustrated about it and debate it online, the more they're going to milk it. And so, I mean, for me, it works.
Fair enough. I don't know how much I want to talk about milking it anymore. But Trip saying, oh, whoa, what?
Oh, whoa.
I want Judgment Day to split up in the trade window.
Interesting how we can split it.
I think you move it as a unit. Anytime we've seen factions get drafted, they mostly get drafted as a unit.
Nick dropping bars.
What?
Yeah, to move it like a unit. Let's go.
Well, when I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that.
Folks, we are on commercial break. Remember, we are back tomorrow for NXT. It's going to be a hell of a show coming out of Deadline on Saturday. Oba, your Iron Survivor winner. Julia, big moment for her. And again, you look at that, bringing in the new talent, make them feel like stars. Julia has that star-making kind of moment at the Iron Survivor, the confetti, the emotion. It was good.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's a testament to that whole match was the main event and everything, and understood and understandably the main event of that had the star power on the show. That went over the world title match, and we all understood why.
Yeah. 100%. If they had come out with Ridge and Trick after that moment, that match, please, good night, everybody.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
As we got Jey Uso, the NCAA champion.
They're presenting the Big 12 championship for college foosball. Foosball.
They got
playing foosball.
That dang foosball.
I think all them alligators so ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Captain Encino shows no mercy. I think Dominic Mysterio is better off heel without the Judgment Day. Ooh, I don't know.
I don't think he's a heel without the Judgment Day.
Big boos for the New Day who are in the back. I'm surprised they're in the back for this.
What was the intention behind
New Day RAW?
You were supposed to be a neutral party.
Are they saying you sold out? I'm hearing things.
No, I don't think you're exactly wrong. We're going to talk to the people.
Give me the camera. This is dope. What?
Who's looking like a pissed off Olive Garden waiter?
NXT will be a part of the trade window, Kyle. Yes. At least reported. Yes.
I like how it's not WWE following the New Day out there. It's Xavier following Kofi out there.
I like this.
Oh, this is really great because this makes them feel like pricks.
Right?
I'm like, no, give me the goddamn camera. If you won't fucking do it, I'll do it.
Dude, like I said, test one is that crowd reaction, bro. They are mad in that building. Heat. Actual heat.
Oh, absolutely. Goddamn. Shout out the one stagehand that's got to follow Woods with the cables and everything. But yeah. Oh, absolutely. They're showing the whole shot of everybody's pissed off, and you even cut into a hand shot in the middle of it, everything of like, oh, why? Why are you mad? What did I do?
Boo, birds are out. You put the camera on the stairs, Nick. Walks over it.
Right.
That women's Iron Survivor was insane. All I'm saying is Soruga's up next. MVP in my book. MVP.
She's the best talent in NXT that they didn't import. I'll put it that way.
Well, that's a bold statement, but I'm not going to argue. I've been a fan.
I mean, I'm not saying anything against the talent that they did import, but I'm saying Soruga was very much. You had 4 to 5 people in that match that it easily could have won. You just had one that was there to take an L.
True. Listen to this heat. This is crazy. Ladies and gentlemen.
Bro, this is Dom level. I can't speak a word without Boo!
Nothing.
Boo!
If you were just tuning in, the New Day are in the ring. Woods took the camera from the cameraman, walked out with a little POV of his walk down the ramp, and they are getting booed out of the goddamn building right now. They're showing angry fans. Heat!
All right, I'm waiting for somebody to jump a guardrail. Woods sat there and even just tried to start a sentence and then just cut it off. Boo! Boo!
Right? That's commandeering a camera. LOL.
Yeah. But it was still clever as a fucking segment. New Day sucks. New Day sucks. We want Biggie.
Dude, is this the biggest?
It's amazing though, when we've talked about this 100%, and I think even especially you, they've gone from irrelevant to the most relevant in a week.
Somebody asked, how long did it take for the heel turn? One segment, like solidified, because for weeks, they were selling us on something else. They were selling us on the breakup, the demise, and one segment snapped them back into something. Dude, like, this is a team now, you can put the belts back on them because they're so interesting.
Oh, I almost think you should, because literally even Kofi's out there trying to say half a word and then woo. That's the thing. They went from so irrelevant. They went from an afterthought to now they are the top tag team in this company. And granted, they did the most despicable thing, but the thing about it, that WWE went there, they went there with all of this, that it felt so real, felt so authentic. Like, this is just, we're in a golden era of wrestling. Let's just embrace this shit.
Look, they just dropped the mic, said, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, the crowd pops. Yeah, fuck you. We told you to shut up, and you shut up.
Was Roman the last time we got a reaction like this? Like, the Dom gets his, but this is different.
This is bigger than I think. I would argue this might be bigger than Roman's, when Roman, after he beat Taker and he sitting there doing and like couldn't talk.
Yep.
And it's interesting because Roman played it differently. They played it perfectly of like,
yeah,
we tried. All right, you won't let us talk? You then, we're out.
Mic drop, bounce. Perfect, dude. Honestly, that gave me goosebumps. I haven't seen a segment with that much real emotion in the building in a hot minute. They were not feeling it at all. And this is how you make something matter. And they did. They ripped out Big E's heart right in front of the whole world. And it paid off big. And any doubt? Fan reaction.
New Day just saved me $20 on my heat bill, because trust me, it's already heating up and cooking enough in here that I don't need to, turn on the heater, because damn, like, that was like, they couldn't even breathe. You can't move away without them. Boo, we can hate you. Like, I know if I throw something at you, I'm going to get arrested, so I'm not going to throw something.
Mm-hmm. And Kyle's right. Now, what this sets up is, if there is, in a perfect world, Nick, Big E gets back to the point where he can get in that ring. And I'm telling you right now, that's going to be one of the most insane moments ever. As here comes Rhea Ripley.
If Big E shows up at the Royal Rumble, it will out surpass of John Cena showing up at Royal Rumble. What was it, 2000, 2002, or what have you, to where he comes back super fast off the pectoral injury and everything. If Big E comes shows up at the Royal Rumble, and all of a sudden you hear, you want to go big, then say that. And especially if it's only Woods and Kofi that are in the ring right then, you need to fucking back down the hatches, because people are going to be leaving with seats just to remember that fucking moment.
Yeah, you set up that moment where Woods and Kofi throw a couple people out, and they kind of turn around and look at each other like, hey, we're here.
Yeah, they just dap it up, and then y'all want to go big? Then say that.
Yeah. No, and that's what you set up really well. Like, I mean, again, to their credit, New Day was all but stale as, an old bag of chips behind the couch. It just, they weren't going anywhere, and instantaneously become one of the most interesting things on this show. Now I want to see the next New Day segment instantly. What's the next thing they're going to do?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and even with tonight they come out there of even when they start off the show, they're walking through backstage and no one wants to say even hi. No one wants to, nah. And then they come out there, can't even get a word off. Like we talk about Dom Mysterio heat, like that was that times 10 even of literally if this was a couple decades ago, you would have had people trying to jump the fucking stanchions and everything. You would have seen, Coca-Cola cups half full of fucking glass and everything getting thrown in the ring.
Yeah, that was a good one. I mean, that again, I haven't had a segment like that in a hot minute. The first one that came to mind was Roman when he went through it, but that was better.
Yeah, that's all he did with after he beat Taker. But yeah, and it worked with that because they tried to talk, they tried to actually have the segment, and the crowd hijacked it enough, or even if they intended for that crowd reaction, the crowd's going to feel they hijacked it enough that they fucked up the segment. So now you've emboldened the crowd even more.
Nuclear heat. Yeah, man. Nick. Dom been getting the same reaction for the last 2 years. Sustainability is what impresses me.
Fair enough. But I mean, they just started. I mean, if you want to talk sustainability, you can't really judge a company that just started on sustainability if they just started. Like this we expected the Xavier heel turn. We didn't expect the Kofi heel turn too.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, again, and I 100% agree with the idea that okay, you got this big reaction today. What are you going to do with it tomorrow? It's what have you done for me lately? Unfortunately, but that's how it is, and I agree. But as far as in a nutshell, in one moment, in one little cluster, you hammered it out of the park. You're off to a great start. Like that's now. Can you build on that? I mean, the world is their oyster at this point. You just feed them baby faces.
This was a whole week ago, and the crowd still hated them. Like it just happened 5 minutes ago. Like I think there's very much some sustainability here, and if like you said, if you feed them baby faces, now I don't know what teams you feed them. I'm trying to think of teams on the division.
Eventually, I could see it building towards the War Raiders versus the New Day, but New Day like this now it matters. It's not just a squash match. It's like, ooh, this is interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I was just trying to think of the teams that you feed in beforehand and everything.
I mean, you give them like a Tozawa and fucking Otis. Like you feed
That'd
them.
That'd probably be your first one. But you gotta do some dastardly shit though. Like that's the thing is like you have to sell it now of like we're cold-blooded. Like we're not just, we tore out Big E's heart and then we just do, the same thing that everybody else does. We kind of just, we tied your shoelaces together. No, you have to be despicable. You have to be hated.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. And I mean, Dom definitely has been doing this for a long time. I think shout out to the New Day. But shout out to Dom. I mean, again, when he started getting this heel heat, it was great. Now I feel like part of it is like tied into the gimmick of like the fans are going to boo that man no matter what. It's just,
but imagine, think about it. You're that good that you made it the gimmick that you're the heel. That it's part of your gimmick for them to fucking boo you. Mm-hmm. Like, think about it. It's like the Kurt Angle with even when he was a baby face. You suck. You suck. Mm-hmm. They sold toilet paper with Dom Mysterio's face on it. Like, that's never happened before.
Right. No, 100%, man. I mean, that's good shit. I like. But I mean, Dom's been outstanding. I mean, Dom leads the way. I think we even did it with our half year awards. I mean, like even when you compare him to like a Don Callis or, I mean, not many just get booed the way Dom does incessantly. Right. The fact that the fans completely turned on the New Day like that, it blows my mind. It's just
you fucked up Big E. We all love Big E. You picked that up. You took the one that we love and you hurt him. We love him. You don't protect him. He's our sweet baby boy. You can go after Woods. You can go after Kofi all you want. You don't touch Biggie.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good.
Rhea meets Raquel at the top of the ramp, and we're off and running, folks.
As this is a anything goes match, by the way. So what
80%,
happens. Death by snoo. It might happen.
80% going Rhea Ripley. Not a surprise here.
Yeah. Well, it's so interesting because I don't feel like I ever know truly how close we are to ending the Rhea Liv thing. Like, does this go all the way to WrestleMania for you?
I don't know if it goes all the way to Mania. I don't know. I think
does it end at Rumble then?
Rumble, maybe.
Does it need the title to? Well, I think I've asked you this, but does it need the title end?
Sorry, garbage can to
Trash
the face.
bin. Trash bin.
To the
He's taking a play out of EO's playbook.
Oh, the match begins. I hate when they do that.
Bullshit. It should have started when they both came out. And we're instantly start off with 4 chairs and 4 kendo sticks in the ring.
Right.
In Juan Soto batting practice. But
right. Here we go.
Yeah, no, I was asking you about if Rhea and Liv goes till WrestleMania. Does it need the title? Does it not need the title?
I think it needs the title. I do think the title's been a very much a focal point of their rivalry because that was a big part of what Liv took. Yeah, I think again, it's a hard shout. Like, do you lose it at Rumble? Why would you lose it so close? But I don't know. I feel like Mania, you better have some tricks up your sleeve if this is going all the way to Mania.
Yeah, well, could it go all the way to Mania without the title as Rhea's pulling out a table as all the just random crumpled papers? Is that all that's all the old Vince scripts that are all torn up and everything, just in the trash bin still?
Right.
Like, we've been waiting to find a way to get rid of these.
Rhea down. We got a replay of the fallaway slam. Off the table, Rhea's down. We go to commercial, Nick. We are rocking and rolling as always, folks. We got just under triple digits here with us right now. We appreciate it. Don't forget, Nick. We did do an interview with Mr. Vinny Pacifico, an outstanding interview. If you haven't seen it yet, it is live. So after we say goodnight tonight, go check this out. Go give Vinny some love, an up-and-coming superstar, a man that's been at it since he was 14 years old, Nick. Crazy.
Oh, absolutely. And trust me, I'm still waiting for that, early getting on the ground floor when he's out there doing his own, energy drink and everything like that. But still, yeah, man's doing wrestling out there in the UK scene, the European scene, doing movies. Man's doing big things. He's out there been with AJ Boom and all that with the chocolate chunk, double chunk and everything. So man's all the way around. Pause.
One thing I didn't get to talk to him about, one thing on the list that I didn't quite get to was the AJ vibe. I'll have to bring him back and ask again.
There we go. Well, I'm sure he'll be welcome back. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, 100%, my guy.
Right. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got 5. I hate when they go to commercial in the last 10 minutes. I know I've said this a million times if you've been listening, but man, it bothers me. Like a commercial with 4 minutes left it's rude, not polite.
Yeah, but I mean, it's weird because with them, we know that like the show ends in like the next 4 minutes. When we have this happen on a Wednesday, it's like I might have another half hour after this, so this might be good. This might be fine.
Listen, I'm sorry, and I know it's usually a Wednesday topic or another night.
Go ahead. I'm not normally here Wednesday. I like to hear this. Go ahead.
For you, to take the 2 Utes, those 2 Utes over there, literally to have a commercial on the hour blows my mind. When you stick around for an overrun, but the overrun starts with a commercial, that's insane to me.
Anyone else watch a YouTube video that normally ends around an hour and then they have a commercial right at the hour mark, right? And you got like maybe another like 5 minutes or something left, and you just figure that's the end of the video and you fuck off.
Yeah.
Point seated. That's exactly what it is.
And like people's like recorders aren't fucking kicking in and shit or like turning off. You hear
DVRs shut off.
Your DVRs are fuck it. Like It blows my mind, but we are back to the action. Both women in the ring, 2 chairs, several kendo sticks, and both women down on a big kick during the commercial.
It is still crazy to me to think that, like, honestly, regardless of Liv in 2023, this would have been still your women's world title scene to a bit and everything here. Of it's almost a year to the day to where Raquel, had the flare up and everything like that. And now Rhea's gone through everything from broken shoulder to allegedly fractured orbital and all that.
Oh, dropped on the turnbuckle.
Right.
Going after that injured face. Woman World Heavyweight Championship has been held. I never even thought of this. Judgment Day has pretty much had the title all year.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right? Because the minute Liv got it, she jumped in and she got pushed out. So there you go.
Well, and because Rhea won it off of Becky at WrestleMania. So literally since WrestleMania, it's been in the Judgment Day fold one way or another.
Oh, chair to the gut from the knees.
Right. Yeah, 316 trying to sell us on how there's a fucking issue with Rhea now.
Liv title to Mania is possible, but I'm curious. I get nervous when you're like, we got 4 more months. Like, people are already fed up with Rhea and Liv. I'm not at all. That's people. But I'm like, 4 more months is interesting to me.
Could you do Rhea and Liv as Speak of the Devil? And they
yes, I could.
As Liv pops out here into the ring, all the chairs. But I think you could do Rhea versus Liv at Mania, and without the title, it won't be a main event. It'll probably be middle of an hour or what have yous and everything. Might be a first night, might be a second night, but
I don't know if the payoff's worth it if the belt's not there. I don't know if it has.
I feel like the payoff's kind of passed a little, but I digress.
Maybe. I don't think so. I think it's still cooking. Like, people right into this main event here tonight.
Are they in it because it's something new with Rhea versus it's peripheral Rhea? It's peripheral Rhea and Liv versus it's straight Rhea and Liv.
Well, Liv's on her back now.
Yeah.
The fan base is very much into both these characters in the right direction.
As we're getting, they said tonight's headlines, and I thought that was the lower third. I was like, so we're out of here, folks.
Right?
We're going to end with a no contester.
EO, EO, EO! E-I-E-I-O. EO with the kick.
My women's champ has a first name. Is E-I-E-I-O.
Oh! EO with the kick.
Oh, Raquel.
2 count. The crowd is losing their mind.
Dos.
There you go. 2-on-1. I don't know. The odds are even. This is why I didn't want this. What? Do tell us. I'm having fun. I love you, EO. Let's go. Suicide dive.
Oh. Falls out of it. I think. Oh my God, that fucking sounded.
Up goes. Echoed. Down goes Raquel. In that table. It's over. There you go. What if they added the Saturday night main event?
What?
What if they added Liv Rhea Saturday night main event for the title?
You can't do that because you've already got Liv EO.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about EO. Poor EO.
Yeah, the whole fucking reason she's out here.
Yeah, that's why.
You do a triple threat like you did with the men's title.
Add her to the match. This is what you keep doing triple threats anyway.
I mean, they're both kind of looking at it, and that's the end shot here. I could see to where Rhea helps EO beat Liv, and that sets up the Liv Rhea feud going forward without the belt.
Perfectly okay with EO Rhea as a rivalry for that belt.
Well, you see them after the War Games match, and people got jealous of. I wish my partner would hold me like that.
right? You did your standing tall spot earlier. You don't need to do it again. Do you get? I miss.
Well, I kind of get it, but kind of don't. Oh, yeah. Moving on.
Anyway,
There's
Rhea
some
wins.
stuff with this to me of it becomes like everybody's looking like, I don't know. It's getting very convoluted, and I'm really interested to see how it can play out.
What feels convoluted about it though? Like as far as
Well, no, as like I said, of Rhea, has she reached the point of she's had too many opportunities and everything? And I really would like something with Raquel too as well, because she looked very strong in that match. Well, you still got Io and Liv on the side. Like, you completely forgot about that. I think Io needs to look strong. I think it's a wealth of riches of having this many challengers. I initially was going to bring up I think no company out there does their women's division better than WWE as a whole.
Absolutely. But I mean, again, I think it's the way you keep Rhea away, right? You step in these other challengers to buy time. I mean, again, it has to be Mania. It feels like it's got to be Mania at this point. Which I mean, again, will be very interesting in how they make it work. But Rhea hasn't had that many chances. That's the thing about this storyline is she's been chasing, but she hasn't had a whole lot of chances for that title shot. So everybody's waiting for her to. What title match did she have rematch for her belt? Did that happen? I don't remember it.
I didn't know. What are you going on about? What?
I don't remember. Liv having Rhea having a title shot. I got Liv.
SummerSlam, was it SummerSlam or around then? I'm trying to remember where you had
one, right?
Though there you had the one. Well, you had the one match to where it was SummerSlam to where Dom turned on Rhea and that cost her the title. I was trying to remember if there was a follow up after it, because we had the Dom and a shark cage match.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to remember the other matches past that.
Yeah, I think that was just she lost the title to her. She's never ever had a chance to get her title back. So I mean, I think that's part of doing a good job with it, as far as Rhea's not just running up that flagpole. But Rhea overrated. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was Seth Rollins promo. How CM Punk stolen his pride and the New Day getting booed was hilarious. It was amazing.
Well, I very much think that tonight was another strong show. How do you overall feel about the Wyatt 6, the Final Testament match? And
I liked it. I liked it a lot. Really fun match. The fact that Karrion didn't just do a job, or his crew didn't just do a job, I think is great. I think that there's still some legs on it, and I think you have to tell a story where both teams look somewhat legitimate, even no matter who wins or loses. So I liked it a lot, man. I was good with it.
Fair enough. So what do you give tonight?
I'll give it a 7.5.
All right. That's actually, I thought you were going to go higher with that. So yeah. I don't feel so bad then. I'll go 7. I think we've both always kind of stayed within, half a point of, like, within the ballpark of each other and everything, vice versa. But yeah, I really think, and again, there might have been some things I didn't agree with of everybody. I don't like, I guess, Paul Ellering with the fucking baking soda in the corner and everything like that. But
that was great.
I think overall Monday Night Raw was really solid. They've managed to get over having 2 women's tournaments for 2 new women's mid-card titles at the same time, which is impressive as shit. I think a lot of the main card storylines really do a nice job of interweaving. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man. Most of the ratings coming in, I see Boston's and Trips, Alexis, all 8-7, 8-7. So everyone kind of in the same range. Just Bad Blood and SummerSlam. There you go. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I did like the Final Testament, got the W too, wanting them to Yeah, again, we kind of want to see them look a little better than they have.
Mm.
Raw sucked this week. You're a phony.
You're a big fat phony.
9 out of 10.
I would never say it sucked. I
didn't think it sucked
you
at
can
all.
always still sit there and say that every show has its flaws, what have you, and anything.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this Raw, did not suck.
Oh, not at all. I thought it was great. I thought the New Day shit was great. I thought Seth was great. I thought what we got from Punk was great. Can I say great as many times as Tony? Yeah, I thought tonight was an outstanding show. I had a lot of fun with it.
And I really like that, especially going into the holiday season, to where wrestling's gonna probably take a back burner and everything for a little bit in everybody's lives. And if it doesn't, you got problems. But to where it's very much more story focused and continuity and continuing on progressing things versus we're going to have some really cool matches, but no, we're going to have a lot of really great promo segments, a lot of good interactions that are going to carry the story along.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of it was solid. I mean, again, a lot of the stuff around it, a lot of fun. Like I said, the New Day shit was outstanding tonight. And they but said 3 words. I thought Gunther starting off the show the way he did was good. Again, dude, I was very happy with the show. I mean, again, it did it blow our socks off? No. Thought really good main event, fun stuff. Something a little different from this company because we don't get a ton of this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good with it. And like I said, they're building.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. The chase always supersedes the goal. Liv has been an amazing job as a sleazy hit and run heel. Rhea getting her redemption at Mania would be perfect to conclude the story. Also 7 out of 10. I completely agree. And I honestly don't know where else you would have that exchange if it's not Mania. At this point, you're riding to Mania. Like I said, it's going to take some interesting
too long?
It might be. I'm a little concerned. I don't know what they have up, how they're going to pull it off, but I am a little concerned that that's far away. Someone said maybe Chamber, but again, Liv losing the belt so close to Mania almost feels like we're stuck. We're in a
and I remember it got brought up I want to say months ago, to where someone's like, "Could this go till Mania?" And we're like, "No, there's no way they do it that long." And now we're like,
yeah,
"Fuck, they might do it that long."
Yeah, I mean, again, it just feels like, yeah, I mean, again, that's going to be very compelling to see if they can stretch it out and keep it interesting for an additional 4 months.
I still think you can manage to make that feud work without the title.
No, I do disagree with that one, just in the sense of it. Again, the title's such a focal point. So we've already seen her beat her
personal, that. It's even the Punk Seth thing. Could you make that work without the title?
Yeah, I don't think it's the same. I really don't.
Okay, fair enough. No, I can see where you'd say that of.
Yeah,
The Liv Rhea thing, Liv taking the title was part of her revenge tour. So I get you.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, and could they do it without the title? Yeah, I just don't know if it has the same pop if they do.
Fair enough.
Yeah, look, the closing shot of Raw tells you what they're going to do at Mania. That'd be interesting.
Well, I still think it's the most interesting thing where Punk was kicking off last week and pointing at the invisible sign before it was there, because imagine still that's the favor of, especially the rumor going around that Dwayne's out on WrestleMania. So what else would be the biggest WrestleMania thing you could do of you do CM Punk versus Roman Reigns?
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't foresee that.
Maybe do a triple threat with Rollins?
Maybe. I think part of me thought if Roman got the title back, I could see then maybe Punk trying to pull Paul, now my favor is I get a title shot, but just a straight up fight, I don't know.
I feel like he was very much alluding at least to that he's got a pathway to the main event, but I digress.
I think so. But ladies and gentlemen, it is winding down. But thank you for being here tonight. Make sure you come back tomorrow. We're here for NXT, of course, Saturday night main event. All we've been talking about is going to be then. We will be here live for that, and then all week long. Winter is coming on Wednesday. Our preview show for main event on Thursday. and so much more coming your way. If you haven't seen the Vinny interview, easy for me to say, go check it out. It's there. It's live. Go check it out. But follow all our socials, and thanks for being here tonight. Good show.
Vinny Vici.
Huh?
I said Vinny Vici as I was clicking on Wrestler for Life over everybody. Absolutely. And I guess this is ending it on a be a friend, tell a friend moment of, homie, I love you. Drink regular water.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you put that for life with it.
Come back tomorrow, folks. See you on the flip side. Good night.